Live. I am here. I'm with Daniel and Oric. They're gonna get up and come over. Oric is doing some stretch routine. Daniel is doing his typical, I didn't eat before y'all came. Oh, I had so much going on. Damn, I'm tired. You know, that's shit. He does. So, that's what's going on right now. This is what your boy gotta deal with. Tired, man. You know, premium black news. Where every topic we talk about ain't gonna be black topics. It's the place where we do talk about today's headlines. Some of today's headlines. See, I don't even know what happened here. Daniel was like, I don't know, my guy.
These are just growing pains. You ever watch growing pains
There's
growing
something
up?
wrong with this tripod. It may be this one here. One of them is collapsing.
Oh,
Which is the one collapsing? This one. All right, let's get that together. Thank you.
hey Elvis, you ever watch the show Growing Pains?
With
Alan Thicke.
yeah, I watched that before you were. You were watching the reruns of that.
Yeah, of course.
I watched it when it was like, on Thursday nights.
That was a great song. That's what we are having at Premium Black News. Growing Pains. It's like a young Leonardo DiCaprio. I think that was his first role, Leonardo DiCaprio. In Growing Pains.
Just take the thing off.
Hey, the point of having technical difficulties here with fans are always
It's hard for me to function in this environment, man. I gotta keep it real. I'm over here trying to, I got my silk scarf popping.
Man.
What do I mean when I say that it's premium black news, but it's not necessarily a black show?
I think. Well, you asked me, Elvis?
I'm asking everyone.
I, I, I think we broach black topics, and we use black topics as a jumping off point to get to the deeper root of it. Because there may be black people on the surface, like we may have a black subject, but it's really things that apply to all races. It's just from a point of view of three black people, but we don't have black point of views because we all think very differently. Does that make any sense?
Got it. I hope so. No, I got it.
You hope it made sense?
I hope it makes sense.
Okay.
But you need to stop doing.
Oh, yeah,
Ulrich is taking this opportunity to give himself a massage. With a handheld massage.
Oh, we were getting ready for the program. I was trying to...
There's this young lady that called the police. And she called the police and she told the police that there's a baby in the highway. I'm going to jump out my car and go get the baby.
No, she didn't say that.
Well, whatever she said, I'm not talking about that dumb beat. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about that chick that said, I saw this baby. First it was a white baby, then a black baby, and the baby's running in the highway. She go get the baby. Next thing you know, they find her at the hotel. They got the whole thing where now she was trying to get a man mad. She called her family from the hotel. They showed up first 6 deep, then 10 deep. 10 cars, 6 cars show up. The whole entire country is like, you see black women, y'all wanted some attention. You got the attention and you turn out to be a liar. We're not talking about that beat.
Premium Black News shot out of a cannon here.
I'm just sick of, it's like they're not going to put me in a box and force me to talk about no stupid shit because there's some black woman involved.
Wait,
or a black man involved.
Wait.
I just don't want somebody to be like, why aren't they talking about the chick with the baby in the highway?
Come on, I got some of the gist of it. Can you explain exactly what happened in the situation?
I think
Man,
we should
F
move
her.
on.
F
F
her.
her.
Brought it up
I'm bringing it up to say F her. My objective is to tell her F you.
Okay.
F you with your weave and your wig on. Oh, she left the wig in the car. I don't want to even look at a woman with a wig on. This woman is 24 years old with a wig, in the car.
For something that you don't want to talk about, you're doing a lot of
Yeah,
conversating.
but no. I'm just telling you that.
And
it's
conversing.
all-
Rappers
it's
been
all-
tricking us all the time. It's conversing, not
yeah.
conversating.
No, conversating made it to the dictionary now. The whole world. Listen, if you could be a woman today and not tomorrow, conversing should be in the dictionary.
Conversating.
Conversating.
Yeah.
Where's my glasses that you were admiring?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thoughts
that
of a
was
colored
Thought of
man.
a colored man. All right.
All right, thank you for that. Can I have my glasses that you were admiring, please?
Yo, actually, we should really have a separate segment that just has Daniel talking thoughts of a colored man with that picture behind him. And just tell us
Which
like,
was an amazing play. Which was a.
oh yes, just tell us about art. It could be like we could have like Vivaldi playing in the back, like or something like
Yeah,
that.
but that's a copyright strike.
All right, well.
So
No.
well, even though YouTube does provide different sounds, and we could probably find that type of sound.
We
But
can
let me
make a
just
black
tell you,
version of it.
I am so sick of this story with this. It's everywhere over. It made it to national news, and I refuse to talk about that story. That B with the wig. I don't want to talk about no more
Salute
chicks
T.
with
Riddler.
wigs on their heads. I got no more respect for these women with these wigs. You know, Umar Johnson. I mentioned this last week. Umar Johnson said, and I'm paraphrasing, he says that we are moving to a society of schizophrenia due to these women's wigs. And I'm telling you right now, you know I got a wife, she's black, ADOS. I got a daughter, she's black, ADOS. And let me tell you, man, there's a lot of problems with these hair, man, and the wig. It's disturbing what's going on, man. I feel sorry for your girl that you was engaged to. She had natural hair.
She did have natural hair.
Thank you, Jesus.
She did.
That's so hard to find. I mean, I'm so over it. The last couple that I seen Daniel with, none of them
It's
had
gonna end up
natural
being
hair.
an episode and being an indictment on women with that.
I think the last few I saw with this guy, none of them had
Nah, they
natural
all
hair.
had locks. The last girls I dated had locks. I'm very big into natural hair, but that's just my own opinion.
I like.
Wait. Yeah.
I like women with locks too. I think locks are cool.
I mean,
My locks are cool. You ever dated a woman with locks?
no, I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I mean,
No, we don't
fine.
know, or that's all we're
Yeah,
asking.
what do you mean you wouldn't be against it?
Exactly.
I would be. I haven't. You asked me if I ever dated a woman with
Have you ever
locks.
slept with a woman with locks? Let me rephrase that.
Wait, have I? Yeah.
Of course. you don't say no to none of that.
You're talking about like, come on. But you're talking about locks.
Relationship versus
Yeah, it's a different
situationship,
mindset.
right?
There's a lot of the things. I mean, the things I've had sex with compared to things I did is night and day.
When you say
Not just
things, no, that
things,
sounds
the,
very.
the women.
Oh, so let's call them women. You were just objectifying them as things.
Things.
Man, look,
No boy things in there,
Daniel
right?
B to the rescue.
Any
man.
boy, if it's all right if there's boy things too.
Huh?
It's okay. We don't judge you.
Anyways,
We are all inclusive here. You know what I mean? You can be yourself. You can be free here at
That's
the Premium Black News Channel.
True that.
You know?
Oh, no, honey.
Well, we're not going to talk about that
All right. Yeah.
loser. Okay?
The woman, the
That's a
woman.
young
I'm not-
woman
you know what it is?
going.
We're
That's
not
a young
gonna grab-
woman going through something, and that's it. Why can't we just leave it
A
at
young woman going through something, right?
We
Exactly.
don't know what happened. We don't know the
Uh-huh.
situation.
I know.
We're only getting bits and pieces. We don't know what was really happening.
Right.
So let's.
Man, he was there for y'all women, man. Y'all need
Daniel
to.
got your back,
He
ladies.
got your back.
That's right,
man.
because when the other races do it, nobody says nothing. Nobody's running around. Oh
That's
my
not
God!
true.
Look what she
They're
did.
trying to pass laws
This
to
is-
put these white women in prison.
Man,
Are you
that's not
kidding me?
happening. Trying to and doing is too.
No,
different.
you have to
Stop.
legislate. It's all about
There ain't no
legislation.
legislation
Like the
happening.
last
Are you
cops that
kidding?
started messing with me in my dispensary, I said, "Sir, you need to go to Albany."
All right.
I
So I
said, you need to go to
shit.
Albany. You need to go to Albany.
All right.
Why are you here at my dispensary? You need to go get some laws passed. Go to Albany. Get out of here. Anyway, I digress from that. What else are we not going to talk about? So we're not going to talk about the low-hanging fruit of this chick and the baby and all that.
That can be a sassy segment. What we not gonna talk about.
What we're not going to talk
What we
about.
does.
And
We can
then,
always-
what else are we not going to talk about that anyone is talking about?
You
Did
got
you
it.
hear about the guy that was attached to the Tupac situation that they just raided his house?
What do you mean attached to the Tupac murder?
Yeah, attached to the Tupac murder.
Like in other words, he was thought as a person of interest who could have been involved.
Right,
in
and he
murder.
claims that he passed the gun to his nephew, and his nephew's the one that shot him.
Was that Orlando, the guy who was stomped
Anderson or
out?
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, all right, so now
Oh,
that
we
we're
ain't gonna talk about that neither. That I'm over Tupac. Hey Tupac. Hey girl.
Hey.
Let's stop playing that game.
Wait, I don't even know what you're insinuating.
What do you think I'm
You're saying
insinuating?
Tupac was homosexual?
Oh, come on.
Whoa,
Stop
whoa,
it. Stop.
We're not gonna talk about anybody who's passed away.
I didn't even. No, I just
in our community.
I asked
Why
for
we can't
clarification.
talk about
wait,
that?
wait,
Why
time
we
out. I asked
can't-
for clarification.
Tupac-
Time out. We talk about dead people all the time. We talk about all the dead slave owners who oppressed you for years. And all this crap. But what I'm saying is, that wasn't that. You just trolling. That wasn't
Tupac,
meant to
Amir,
be a
Shakur. We're gonna leave it alone. That's what we're not gonna talk about. How about that? We're not gonna talk about
who?
Because he has a great name, and we're gonna say his full name.
Which is?
Listen.
Tupac Amir
Listen,
Shakur.
I was a Tupac
And his
fan.
mother,
I was
you know,
a
his
Tupac
mother was
fan.
a Black Panther, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was a comedy.
And you know his mother was
Yeah.
COINTELPRO. You know about that too, or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
we-
you know
we
he
don't
used to
talk
rock.
about
He
that?
used to love and rock Che Guevara shirts, even though Che Guevara said the reason why black people's skin is so dark is because they don't wash. You know, he used to, but he used to rock them like that.
I'm rocking these people that go against government.
But he portrayed a gangster that he never really existed in his life. But I was a
Hey,
Tupac.
Tupac.
No,
So
I was
guess
a
what we're
Tupac
not
fan.
gonna talk
I
about
was a
is
Tupac
Tupac.
fan, but I was a Tupac fan. I liked his music a lot.
Yeah,
so I don't.
me
But
too.
you know,
Me too.
but beyond that, I mean, you can't. You know, the
Have
whole,
you seen
they-
his
that was just an
interviews though?
image.
When he was down, the only thing that
No,
changed
his
me for
interviews
Tupac,
just all, no. He's
Yo,
first of all, he's a communist. He's a communist at heart. So me and
That's
Tupac
a fact.
fundamentally disagree, like in general. But he don't. He's one. He just has that black rage, and black rage. You channel that. You can channel that to any doctor in this backwards anything.
And that's
So
what
he
he
not-
did.
yeah,
He
yeah.
channeled that black rage. He knew.
Yeah.
But it was all timing. He learned from his mother. He learned from Jesse Smollett's mother. These are two women that were best friends who
Yeah.
went up against the government and beat them without an attorney. They did it themselves. Stop it. Please.
But
Stop it.
but that I don't want to disparage Tupac because I do. You know, I thought he was really charismatic.
Hey,
and
Tupac.
macho.
Hey, girl.
I don't know what. I don't
That's
know
all I
about
got to
that.
say. Because if you ever watch his deposition where he was at a deposition, it's all over YouTube. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it's the most feminist man you ever gonna see. Feminine
Yeah.
man you ever gonna see.
He is very. He does have that kind of. He has that.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
let's do this. We have seen this is my biggest thing about when people say a feminine man and all the rest of this.
Right.
A real man is so secure, he doesn't give a freak. He could wear an ascot because in my views, a lot of people would sit there and say, "Hey, you wearing an ascot with a shirt?
Right.
You feminine."
Right.
Wait, were you referring to the way Tupac dresses?
Exactly.
though, in the
No,
moment?
but I'm just saying.
No, I think he was talking
He
about.
was
No, I think
feminine in the way he
But
spoke.
yeah, I
No,
think
no,
he. I think he's
Yeah,
talking
but
about the.
Run, honey,
but
run,
my
girl.
But my thing is this: one, he was 20-something years old. He was 24 years old I think, when he passed away.
Yeah.
So he was a young man.
Right.
So he never even got to fully develop, like to be the man that we got, whatever the case is.
I'm not. Yeah,
I think when men are
I
secure
don't
with them,
dislike
when men are secure with themselves, they don't care about what people think about them.
It's true. I
They
agree
don't
with
care
that.
how they talk because they know who they are. When you that secure, you don't care. So when people say a feminine man,
You just
and they say-
contradicted
Yeah,
yourself.
but
I thought he was a young 24-year-old, a young man who was just trying to find himself.
No,
So if
I
he's
didn't
just
say
trying to find himself,
Oh, no.
if he's so secure with himself, that means he didn't need to find himself.
No, I
Tupac
didn't say find.
is
I never
on the
said find.
internet.
I never said
You can
find.
look in the internet and find Tupac. He is the most feminine man.
No, he's not.
But
Yes,
I
he
know-
is.
not.
I know what
No,
I'm
he's
talking
not.
about.
No,
I think
He's very feminine.
I think you're
Very
defending
feminine.
personal confidence and the ability to express your style or personal thing, whether it comes off as feminine or not. He's just. I think what Elvis is saying is that he observes him to be effeminate, even though he might have given off
But
a
to me,
masculine.
that's a
but
feminine.
what I'm
Looking
saying,
at
he
him
gave
and
him-
seeing him
what I'm saying,
feminine.
What? I got eyes?
But
Whoa,
there's
you
irony
hard.
because
You hot, Jay.
he had an overly masculine way he was presented, and
Right,
and people and
right.
so what I've said that could have possibly I'm not saying I don't want to go to propagandistic side, but that might have tricked young boys to misinterpret what it means to be a masculine man.
Exactly.
Because he was sent because Tupac was presented as very masculine, and he was like sold as very masculine. But if you really listen to him and how he is, he argued like a. It's cool. It's like something. Anyway, he argued like a kind of a little feminine. In other words, and arguing femininely to me, just to define it, is kind of being constantly contradictory, not standing on any principle, and nothing you can trace back with breadcrumbs. So you can just dart. So it's an emotional way of arguing in which say your point doesn't have it is not tethered to anything anything like anything principled or anything. It's just kind of how you feel, and therefore it must be true. So that's what, and that's how a lot of Tupac in his interviews. That's how what he would talk about, and he would just, he had this, communist rhetoric that is kind of indicative of a feminine, controlled, resentful kind of, wanting to destroy America kind of stuff instead of wanting to work within to try to improve it. So,
I mean, my thing is more of Tupac was one. He did something a lot of persons didn't do. He shot at cops. Not saying that, but he was defending a young black man that was being harassed. And
I thought he got arrested for jaywalking. He got arrested for shooting at a cop.
Well, they were undercover cops that pulled him over.
No, they didn't pull him over. They was messing with a black guy, and they never identified themselves as cops. And he was defending the black kid. He was like, "Well, why are you harassing that black kid?"
Oh, so she shot at people. He didn't shoot at cops because he didn't know they were cops. He didn't know them to be cops.
He knew they were cops.
But he didn't know them to be cops.
That's what they said. They never stated that.
I think if Tupac didn't,
wait a minute,
if
wait a
Tupac
minute.
knew they were
Hold
cops, he
on.
wouldn't have shot at them. I think that's great.
Daniel, you like the idea of shooting at cops?
No, I like the
that's
idea
crazy.
of defending a young
You
person.
you think stupidity is heroic.
No, hold on
That's
a second.
indicative of the backwards
hold on a
masculinity
second.
Tupac.
Stupidity is those officers or whoever they were harassing that one, and he was defending them. He was defending bullies. He was defending someone who was just like him. So if yes.
He didn't know there were cops.
No.
Man.
The court
and
said
the reason why
they
the cops
didn't.
got in trouble, the reason why they didn't get him is because the guns the cops had on them, they stole them from like the where they keep the evidence and shit.
And also,
these cops were in possession of stolen evidence, property and shit. So this was something they were trying to like push under the rug.
Yeah, and also
Tupac is CIA.
Yeah,
and his mother was CIA. So it's kind of easy to get away
really
with all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? He was COINTELPRO. Hey Tupac, hey girl.
And this is the thing. This is the point. This is how
Him
we
and Jesse
celebrate.
Smollett used to be hanging out.
But this is big.
Stop it.
But this is how we celebrate things with like Tupac, like shooting at cops without thinking of it. First of all, the cops were like beating on him. The cops weren't pointing a gun at this kid. And first of all, if you have the gun, you have if you have a gun, you're in an advantageous spot. So you can know the shot. You can think ahead and think forward and say, all you have to do to stop for beating is, stop, free or stop. I got a gun pointing at you. Not shooting and missing at people, shooting recklessly. You could have hit the other guy. This is what I'm talking about. This is your.
You just made a whole scenario of what you do not know and what we just
said.
Exactly. No.
You said he shot at cops.
But you deleted the whole fact that these
did
cops
he shoot at them?
You're talking about the actions of him shooting, not the actions that led up to the shooting.
I don't think harassing anybody is a good thing in any way.
All the time how I deal with it. I deal with it like I think any human being would deal with it. Is like people can tell you, don't do this or don't do that, but my whole mind state is that.
Also, listen, I like Tupac a lot, and I thought he was very charismatic, but he had a tendency of saying a whole lot of nothing when he spoke.
Let me tell you,
he would just get his feelings.
He was such a government agent.
What would you like them to know?
He would say things.
Hold on 1 second.
Tupac now.
That I'm a Gemini.
I mean,
wait. Can we listen? Wait.
No, what does that mean?
It means that I'm quiet. I can be calm, quiet, and very into my work, and totally focused and totally disciplined, and boring. You know what I mean? Or I could be fun, but dangerous. Not only to other people, but to myself. Because I'm like a kid in a candy store. All of this is new. I'm 25, you know what I mean? And it's like, got cash, everything you dreamed of, and they've held me back in so many other circumstances that now it's your time to go, and it's kind of hard, difficult to keep yourself from just pressing the gas down all the way. Basically just taking my time and thinking and analyzing situations and trying to think before I do things. I'm very passionate Gemini's, you know, me and Prince with Gemini's.
I like that.
She's like,
People have an
like
image
she's
about
melting
you.
in his presence.
Yeah, that's
She's just melting in his
See it on the
presence.
news all the
He's
time.
like, yeah, Daddy.
I deal with it like I think any human being would deal with it. It's like people can tell you, you know, don't do this or don't do that, but my whole mind state is that if we don't ever go outside of the boundaries, we will never change anything, we will never begin anything, we will never start anything. We'll just keep talking about the people who did it once and told us not to go outside the thing. That's just like I'm telling
But how do we even get to the point where you are right now,
You know what I mean? I'm doing the same
Like,
thing. They're telling me you can't do this, you
hold
can
on.
only rap. If you rap, you can only rap about this. Then you can't act. And if you act, you can only do black films.
This is like when
You know,
you
you
talk.
can't be
You
an
want to
artist, you can't be an
destabilize
artist
the world.
or a
Let's change
celebrity
it.
and
We
go
ain't
out
make no
still. You
progress
can't be an
yet.
artist.
Yeah. 30 years. Ain't nothing good in the music
25-year-old, and this was so many years ago. This was what, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, but what? I'm not.
Well,
I'm not.
he
I'm not
didn't
saying
say
he wasn't
anything
young.
profound.
I'm not. No, I'm not insulting him or his
Let me
message.
tell you, for him to
No.
be 25 years old and the stuff we say and the fact that we're judging him with a 25-year-old mentality, which was actually if you listen to his music that you listen to,
Yes,
right.
he was
I-
very well advanced for that age.
Give me- give me-
you went through a lot.
You
Give
would,
me a-
you would
give me a
almost
song-
think
give me a
it, wait,
song
wait,
that
wait, wait, wait,
articulates
hold
how
on,
well
hold on.
advanced he was.
You would almost think that he had help writing this song by the agency that he worked for.
Now, I look.
Okay,
I don't
not-
look. I don't go there
I'm
because
not
I don't know
going
anything
there.
about that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, look, listen. I know Tupac's music, and I know how he worked. I know he has a lot of filler, and he said a lot of good things. First of all, he's not even on the songwriting level of a Kendrick Lamar. Because Kendrick wrote more like write songs. It's almost like a thesis. Like you build up to it. You build up tension. It's like it's more. It's sophisticated. Tupac would just say a bunch of stuff that sounded good.
Well, you
That's
gotta
why
know.
he was on
Wait, hold on a second. But you gotta understand, Kendrick Lamar is literally the example of what Tupac did. You can't get rid of the. You can't say the
Tupac
forefathers.
and Kendrick Lamar is very what comparison in their raps in their rap style
Well, you
how they rap
understand. Wait,
is
hold on a second.
similar.
You can't go based on that because number one, when you deal with hip hop, it totally changed as time goes. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, this person was doing this" and continue it.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar's a young kid. Used to listen to
Yeah,
Tupac.
but no, I'm
But
saying,
let me
I'm saying
hold
there's
on
a
before you
difference.
continue.
Yeah.
You know, I used to clown around when I hung around with the underground. You know, girlies used to frown
And
saying,
down
"Damn,
and come around, gas me, and when they pass me, they used to diss me, harass me, and now they ask me if they could kiss me. He was a Kiss a Fade, one in Lifehouse, same song, can't go wrong if I play the nice guy. I remain still the same. Why? Because it's the same song.
It's just all around the world the same song.
I'm all around the world.
All around the world. Let me tell you, man. I used to love Tupac. I liked him.
Tupac
But let me
was
tell
fire,
you,
man.
hey Tupac, hey girl. That's all I gotta say about that. So we're not gonna talk about that. That's one of the things. It's over. The man is dead. R.I.P. Von Zip. If you know what that means, you know what that means. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. All right. We're gonna talk about the newest possible government agent. The newest possible government
It's not
agent.
who I think it is.
It's Andrew Tate.
Oh, I didn't think you would say that.
The newest possible. See, you
Oh.
have to be open-minded, Daniel B. and Ulrich, that this world that we live in is highly controlled. And one thing they do is have the man and woman figured out. So whenever you step out of that, there are things that are going to try to bring you down, like Tupac. Like we can say, I personally think that they found out he was an agent and they took him out, gang style, in front of
Or maybe-
everybody
maybe-
on the
maybe
strip.
I would actually give him the benefit of the doubt that he was going to stop being an agent.
Like Nipsey
Because he
Hussle.
definitely.
Like Nipsey Hussle. You talking about Nipsey. You know my feelings on Nip.
Because he
Let's
definitely was
not
an
go
agent.
there.
I mean, he switched up. He completely
All
switched
these
his
guys are
message.
agents.
I mean, let's be
See,
real.
that's where
Tupac
you see that's
doing a weird.
wait, hold on a
Tupac
second.
in a, no,
That's
wait,
where I get you
wait,
guys.
Tupac didn't
Everyone
sell,
is
wait,
an agent.
Tupac in a
Most
way.
of- most of the good
time out.
ones.
Wait. Tupac kind of in a way did kind of sell out. He switched his complete. I mean, his message flipped almost dramatically.
From what's it
Almost-
called, having a baby?
Yeah, to Brenda had a baby. Now look,
Why can't he be
look, now he had
multi-dimensional?
No, he had duality. I mean, what I'm saying is his gangster
You
song.
know he was an actor too,
his
right?
Oh, yes.
Focus. His gangster song outweighed his I guess social songs or moving forward or big ups to women songs. In other words, it went from kind of duality, like Keep Your Head Up was on the same album, I think. With
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Was it Brenda Got a Baby? Or,
Even
no, Brenda
though
Got
you
a-
was a crack
yeah,
fiend,
yeah, they were on
mama.
the same. Yeah, so they be things that
You
same
still
album.
was a
But
black
look at All Eyes on
queen,
Me.
mama.
You had shit, Two of America's Most Wanted.
So he couldn't have certain stages of his life in his music.
Listen.
I'm just throwing it out.
I'm not
there.
saying. Listen, I'm not trying to. I'm
Anything
not.
is
I'm just
possible.
trying to.
Jay-Z
No.
does
I
that. Nas has
again,
done that.
again.
Anything is
I'm not trying to.
I
I'm
never
not trying
called
to
I never
Tupac.
called Hov an
I'm
agent.
trying to undeify Tupac.
Well, no,
Because he's not-
everybody else
listen,
does.
listen,
You know,
I never called
listen,
him
he's
an
a part of
agent.
the Illuminati.
Listen,
That's not an agent.
Listen,
That's
I
not
love.
an agent.
Listen,
Illuminati
I
is
love
different.
Tupac, but they use his likeness as a false prophet, and they use him to worship, and they put his bad messages behind him, and they use Tupac's images and his likeness in order to put kind
Can't
of
do that with every president, every
Yeah, but
our
I'm yeah, but,
forefathers and
so, but
everything
that's
else.
but
what.
these are regular
But
men,
this is
though.
my
These are
point. But
regular
this,
dudes.
but this my point.
Getting
About
all that.
I'm not trying to crap on Tupac and
You
trying,
are.
I'm not trying to crap on Tupac. I'm saying
Hey, Tupac.
I'm taking him for being
Hey,
a
girl.
deity. I'm saying if you're an adult, like listen, I liked Tupac when I was younger. As an adult, I can look at Tupac objectively. I'm not a fan of Tupac anymore. Now I'm just looking at Tupac.
I'm still a
I
fan
don't
of a young
deify
man
him.
that was
Yeah, but-
breaking barriers, was doing different
Was
things.
What do you mean by breaking
Yeah.
barriers?
Was he
Explain to me.
breaking barriers?
Explain to me how he broke
was.
barriers.
What
being,
barrier?
hold on.
How did he break a
He was
barrier?
being himself. He was talking a lot.
Was he?
How many people? How many first being himself? He was a gangster.
No. What I'm saying is,
He
what I'm
was
saying-
thug life.
He was
What
stuck.
I'm saying is, yes, he was that in certain parts. In
Yeah,
certain
let me tell you
aspects.
how corny he is. When he did that movie Above the Rim, part of his movie, they had the scar on his face. The dude kept the scar on his face while he went partying that night in New York City.
Yeah, because they probably
you gotta
couldn't do
be
it.
a
Wait, hold on a second.
cornball
No.
to do that.
Hold on a
You
second.
telling me you gonna put a fake scar on my face? Now I'm like, nah, leave it there. That look good on me. I'm gonna go to the club.
Well, maybe
now.
he was in there. Maybe
Mike
hold on a
Tyson-
second. Wait.
yeah.
Maybe he was in the receipt. You say that. I say maybe he was in the role so much. Or back then they probably didn't have makeup artists like that. And he's like, yo, keep
Stop
it on.
it.
So
But
I'm gonna
Mike
shoot
Tyson,
later
was,
on that
Mike
day.
Tyson, who was a close friend of Tupac, alluded to Tupac being attracted to the image of a gangster and how he was attracted,
Yes.
and he thought that was the coolest stuff, and he
Yes.
looked up to that image of a like a
Yes, because he
Scarface.
was
Like,
around that. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying he looked up to that,
Let
so
me
he
know what
did.
it's like. It's
Yeah,
like
so he
a-
was in a way influenced and looked at them and.
But Mike said the same thing about himself. That
Yeah,
he
all
said
right,
up
I'm not
towards
saying-
these
yeah,
gangsters
but I'm
like
not saying-
Demencio
yeah, I never said
and
that's not
Zip and Zip.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that's not a thing. I'm not saying that's not a thing. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to diminish Tupac. I'm trying to say if we don't look at people's like message instead of just their image and what they like represented, because representation is bad. You have to listen to their words and what they actually said. Like it'd be better to read Martin Luther King than just celebrate him, you know, and so on and so
Oh,
on.
wow.
Remember Martin Luther King was working for the CIA according to y'all.
I never,
I never said that.
I never said that.
No.
Martin
know-
Luther King, but I will tell you, Martin Luther King was smashing all the girls after the protest and some of the boys.
I don't know about that. No. I won't go there.
Y'all gotta stop.
I will not. I completely.
we
I don't know
not-
about
yes,
Tupac.
yes.
I don't know about
No,
Tupac,
exactly.
but I definitely. Well, I'm
We're
against that.
not gonna
I'm
say
against
shit
that.
just
I'm
to
against
say
that.
shit.
I'm
No,
against
I
that.
say,
I
trust me,
said, I'm
Daniel.
against that.
Let me just
I'm
tell you,
against
the
that.
title of this show is Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. I don't say
Yeah.
shit just to say
Yeah,
shit.
not
I'm
like Tupac
talking
is
about
from the rap
the
industry,
letter that
rap,
was.
you know, I
Hold
don't
up,
know.
hold up. I'm
Sorry,
gonna
go ahead.
defend myself. I'm talking about the letter that was written to Martin Luther King by J. Edgar Hoover, and talked about him being degrading himself sexually with men and women. Said that in the letter, and told him to go kill himself.
Yeah,
If he didn't
Yes,
kill
you're
himself,
right. You're right.
he did-
Because J.
this
Edgar
is what I'm
Hoover-
talking about.
Yeah, because J.
Please
Edgar
apologize.
Hoover. Hold on a second.
First chance you get.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean no. But that doesn't mean he had evidence. He said I think
Exactly.
back at him and so I would say with
J.
that,
Edgar Hoover
he had tapes of Martin Luther King having sex. He didn't
With
have
women.
Yeah, but not necessarily. So him saying that.
But he did say that in the letter.
But
Yeah,
why
did
would
say
he?
that,
But see,
yeah.
but that's
So
what I'm saying.
that would just
You
hurt him.
can't
If he's
just-
a reverend,
exactly.
if you mention that he had sex with men,
Exactly,
that's all you
especially the
gotta
blacks
say.
at that time.
That's
Like
what
you
I'm
got to look at the context of what you say. Just because he said something, you got to
No,
look at the
we need to
context of
talk
it.
about a letter that the leader of the FBI wrote to Martin Luther King. We said we
Yeah,
don't
but no,
talk
but
about
it was
that
a
because
threat.
there's a part in the
But
letter
threats-
that bothers
no,
me.
but threats is-
What I'm saying
no,
is,
no, no, no,
no, the
Threats
context
aren't-
of it.
threats
J.
aren't
Edgar
true.
Hoover
Yeah.
thought he was a threat and said, "This is what we're
Yeah.
gonna do so that we can make you look bad."
Yeah.
But you're reading that one part, not the whole context. It's the same thing with the.
I am
with
reading
Tupac.
I read the whole letter. I'm the one who emailed
Wait,
you
no,
the letter.
Tupac, I'm giving
Back in the day,
context. Tupac,
Daniel, I was
feel like
telling
both parts
Daniel
are
about the
giving
lawsuits that happened and that there was only 2 people
You're right.
in that
Two
room.
news-
I'm
two
the
news
one
coverage,
that
yes.
emailed this man
Yes.
all that information.
Wait, they don't know what they're
over
talking. They don't know
10
what you're
years
talking
ago.
about. They don't know what you're talking
So-
about.
What I'm talking about is that J. Edgar Hoover wrote a letter to Martin Luther King because he was trying to convince Martin Luther King to kill himself. So in this letter, he talks about all the sexual tapes he has of him of women and girls, women and boys. That he is, after he leaves, Martin Luther King, after he would do his big speeches, he would go to the hotel and he would have the pick of the litter. He would have the beautifulest women available and maybe the beautifulest boys. I don't know. All I'm saying is that we cannot go through this world and think that we're not going to discuss the things that happen in the world because we have a problem. We like him so much that he's what? Do you know that his right-hand man was the biggest homo of his time?
Ralph Abernathy.
Yeah.
Ralph Abernathy. Thank
we
you,
understand
Ulrich.
that.
And I'm the one who brought that to Ulrich's attention.
Wait,
the whole
wait.
Mo Facts episode, and we sat and
I knew Ralph Abernathy was gay.
Everybody did, yeah. Everybody knows that.
I'm the one that brought in some light to it when Mo Facts brought in the light that this Abernathy guy was his right-hand man, convinced him not to use guns, and got caught in the car having a threesome.
Yeah, I didn't know about the threesome.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about Martin Luther King's right-hand man being a punk?
Yeah,
But
but
no.
I
Hold
say
on a
that
second. Wait, hold on a
respectfully. I say that
second.
respectfully.
Hold on a second. But we're also going to talk about what this man has done. See,
Yeah,
that's the thing
I
is, it's like you go, when
don't
you're
talk about
it's like
that.
you get in the debate, like,
Yeah,
oh, we're going to talk about
all
this.
right.
It's sensationalism, but you're not talking about what this man
honestly,
did
all
for
right.
the civil rights.
To be honest, I think it's a little blessed. I don't like talking about Martin Luther King, Tupac in the same. I like Tupac. Tupac was very influential.
Wait a minute, we can't talk about Martin Luther King and Tupac?
I think Martin Luther King. I think Martin Luther, especially conflating those two. I think that's the kind of stuff we do, and this is the stuff when you conflate black people, when you just say black people and black heroes and stuff like that.
Right.
You just throw images around.
Well, Tupac is not
and
my
these
hero.
things. Yeah. I mean, what's it
Somebody
called?
on the Star,
and
the
what's it
Star
called?
Show said he was assassinated.
And regardless of regardless of Martin Luther King, I thought Martin Luther King was real.
Wait.
Regardless of mistakes, I thought he was real about his stuff, and he went there. He called out the liberals for all.
I agree with that.
So
I
think,
agree with that. Wonder that doesn't take away. Listen, that does not take away from what he's done.
But I'm not
if
talking
him and
about the rumors
Abernathy,
are just random. But that's just like just hearsay and like.
no. But we talking about the dude. What we talking about is the guy who ran the whole entire FBI. That's the letter I'm talking about. I'm not talking about another letter. But if there's another letter, we should talk about that too.
But we're talking about a rumor whether or not he did. I was talking about Tupac in so much as his image towards black people and how his image is used and how contradicting, how feminine his message really was when he was portrayed as a masculine character.
Right.
And the Martin Luther King, he was just, I don't want to just start talking about.
And when they
sexual
got him
escapades.
alone in a room, Tupac was so soft-spoken and very, even his mannerisms were real like, and he would talk like that. He would talk like this. He's talking like this. Oh, yo, it's crazy.
I was raised by all women, but that thing really, I think, colored my things. Maybe unbeknownst to me, a little more feminine things than I ever said. I think African women just aren't very feminine.
So they're trying to open up that case again.
Yeah.
Let it go. It's over.
Wait,
It's
what
over.
case?
The case of Tupac and the people that were around him at the time, and it's over. Let that go. It's my opinion. So we're not going to talk
so
about
the thread I'm seeing is news they want us to think about and talk about. Now they got us to do it, but only to say that this news is some nonsense. Whether it's that lady who went to the woods with the baby, that they want us to talk about and turn into a black issue.
Yes,
or Tupac's
that's what they want us to do.
To go to this is when they getting us. They're trying to make they're trying to make black people react now, and they bring up Tupac.
They also
and
bring up
injustice.
JFK. Like this.
What about JFK?
Yeah, I remember.
They just released some new documents for him. The government redacted. Allowed us to see some of the new things. Let me find out exactly.
Because that's some quiet stuff. I didn't hear
Wait. We're gonna go into Andrew Tate. When I don't want you to have to search for this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's just showing that not just black people are being talked about, are being reacted to. Other people.
Yo, why I feel like y'all trying to sit down on me?
Oh, I'm not trying to sit down on you.
I'm definitely trying to sit down.
Why? What's going on?
I've
with
been
you?
working all day.
When you say working, what does that include?
Doing a lot of walking.
Oh, you've been walking today a lot.
No, it's good. We're all at different levels. It's interesting.
I'm with you, man.
This is cool
I'm
looking.
up. I'm ready to get it popping.
Alright, so
Yeah,
you
that,
got
that
the
energy
video?
drink
Yeah,
was hot.
Andrew Tate.
It was hip hop.
Andrew Tate and Pierce Morgan interview, full interview. It's on the I sent the timestamps through the text on the few things that we should just talk about. It's about 4 different things. It's a 3-hour pod. We're going to talk about 4 different things. They talked about, get the perspective of an educator, entrepreneur, an ex-restaurateur, bar guy,
I
club
guess we're
guy.
finding that we can see if anybody said hello to us. All right. What's up, Ricardo? How you doing? It's always nice to see you. I might slap all 3 of you.
Who's going to slap us?
Nikki and Jimmy. Nick and Jimmy.
Yeah, because the stuff that I'm saying is kind of
LOL. Let Elvis cook.
Yeah, let me cook, baby.
All right,
Come
you
on,
got it,
I'm
Ricardo. You got it. Yes, I already saluted you. Hey, LJ, how you doing? I don't know what you're laughing at. Don't tell me Orica sugar pie.
Sugar pie, honey bunch.
I've never heard it called that. What are you talking about, man? Hey, I got something for you. Yeah, it's true. Look, all right. What's Keefy D? That's what Ricardo.
Oh, I think that's the one that like has something to do with Tupac's like that.
Daniel, what are your thoughts on men with nose ring?
I think it's great. I think we hold on a second. I think you know we used to do that in Africa from the beginning of time.
Oh, fuck.
I
What you
think
mean we? I'm
Well,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, so you're right. Orange people used to do nose rings. Like, what's the problem with having adornments like that? Everybody talks about 300, but never talk about the Persian
You
king.
talking- I never opened my mouth about 300.
No,
What man opens their mouth about
No, but the
300?
Persian king actually had nose rings. Nobody says anything about
Who
you know what
cares
I'm
if the
saying?
Persian
Like,
king
stop.
walked off a bridge? What are you doing?
All I'm saying is having nose rings is something that a lot of people have.
I think
And
it's. I'm not a big fan of having a piercing as a man, especially on your face. But you know, to each their own.
Exactly. Look
They're
at the
just- I'm just a little
Samoans,
different.
you know, there's a lot.
I'm not.
of things.
It's just. It's a
cultural.
personal preference. And I definitely wouldn't allow my son to get it until he's out of the house. I just would do unacceptable.
Exactly. Once they get out the house,
Yeah,
they do
dude, go
whatever the hell they
crazy.
No,
want.
I would let my son do it.
You have no
You
Kendrick
have
without
to.
Tupac. Listen, all right, you're right. You're right, T. Riddler. You have no
Yeah.
Kendrick without Tupac.
No, what's up,
That
what's
is true. I gotta say.
There'll be no Kendrick without Tupac.
You know.
Is that true? How could come on?
It's true.
I mean, Kendrick
true.
does give a lot of it. I mean, the end of his album, "To Pimp a Butterfly," is like a conversation he has with Tupac. And he does have some. I mean, listen, I think that's the greatest rap album too. But he does throw in some propaganda, just some anti-Trump crap, just random, just as just a throw life in this. We lost Barack and promised to never doubt him again.
Let me see your phone again, dude, because I don't know why your phone is not picking that up.
All right, Hoover could have easily been lying on MLK. Come on, Chef. Yeah, come on. Yeah, right,
Hoover?
Sir Riddler.
I'm not saying he wasn't lying. I'm not saying he wasn't
I
lying,
agree.
but I'm saying this is what he said.
But you're not giving the full
Yeah.
context. You
I-
can't know that
What do you mean the full context?
That's why we did get that.
blacks
we
are all
did get
criminals.
that
Like,
fix.
of course, that's
Yeah, we-
insensitive. We don't
we-
say the reason why. Like, we can't do that.
Me and David
You
did
saying
get
there's a
defensive
reason
on-
why?
You know what?
Actually, you know what? Do I have any of my things in the fridge? I already leave.
Oh, nah, I got rid of those.
Hey,
Where's
drink
the,
those. Drink
where's
those.
the,
Oh, nah, I got rid of those.
Hey,
All right,
drink
pause that.
What's the pass?
Pause that. I'm about to find the thing here.
Damn, I look good.
You look good.
That's pretty trippy.
What
Oh,
would-
yeah, you can see. Oh, look at me.
Yo, what
Oh, look
would
at me. Look at me. Some 3 times. This is the Matrix. You want to talk about where we at? Look at this.
First of all, that's not the Matrix.
No, that's not science.
No, it's not science according to y'all. The red and green pill, there is no science, right? This is all a construct. Oh, look, I did it again! There's 6 of me! Look at this!
Oh, I told you Pierce Morgan. I'm an idiot. It's not Pierce Morgan. It's the other guy who left Fox. Who's the guy who just left Fox?
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, Andrew Tate. Look, right there. Get that for me.
I'm sorry.
It's Tucker Carlson.
You're
Sorry,
fucking,
man.
you're fucking, You love watching yourself on TV. That would be a hell to me.
I don't know if that's true. He claims he never watches our show afterwards.
You're right.
I'm like DMX. I don't listen to other people's music. No.
But this
What?
it's your music.
But that's a full interview.
You're part of the song. You're singing your song. It's like you have a verse on this track. Look at you. You looking at you. You look great, man. You look excellent.
No, I'm reading the
A
comments.
CRM shouldn't set your teams back.
Yeah. I mean,
It should revolutionize the way
I don't really like having
There's
this.
a lot of things happening around age.
Kind of
He just dropped the
freaks me out, man.
FTX, or just give a name to it.
Yeah.
Future holds on the entirely breaking way, but don't comply enough if we don't agree with that. Or we don't
All right, we'll be right back with these messages.
Yo, give me your text messages that the group text I sent. I sent it with some timestamps.
If you like cups, huh? No, sorry, I was giving an ad.
Yeah, I don't want to move this page. Let me use this phone. We're gonna go all the way
Your
to
franticness. All right, no, you
Let me
said
see.
32. Oh,
I don't want to go to the 32.
Yeah, you didn't even I didn't even understand what you were writing
me
when you said
neither.
that.
Yeah, but it was like a note for myself. It says
No, this is all you. This
it
is all you
says
got.
it says 32 minutes. That's God's test.
Yeah.
That's like interesting. Yeah, we could do that. We could do.
I didn't
God's
even
test.
understand. I was really.
Let's see. Let's go here. Maybe you can put it on the TV.
Yeah, just press that. Give them right. Yep.
One sec.
Give them on TV.
Did I tell you that I am so glad that the people are here watching us in our chaos?
Yeah.
And we are very open to having a Daniel B. Why don't you grab a chair right here? Sit on that because we're gonna stand right back. We're gonna get right
Yeah, I'm
back.
gonna put my back
Is
on.
that somebody calling you?
No.
So why didn't it
Same.
go on? Here, find out why it didn't go on. And then where's the remote? Okay, I see the remote. Daniel B. is lounging on the couch right now.
He's
So
called.
it's
He's
good
called
to
a
see how
shorty.
dedicated and passionate Daniel is.
Hey,
So passionate.
what's it called? Hey.
There we go. Okay, so Andrew Tate is being interviewed by, what's this guy's name again?
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson actually went all the way to Romania to do this because I know Tucker Carlson wasn't going to get outdone by Valuetainment.
Yeah, which is an excellent. Finding Valuetainment was like excellent.
You're welcome.
That Andrew
You're
Tate,
welcome.
I
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome,
All right,
Ulrich. It's okay.
Son of
It's
value.
okay.
But that is an excellent source,
No, not that
Valuetainment.
high.
I'd request it even.
I'm gonna
suggest
press
it.
All right, maybe you step to the side and let's see if we can find.
Yeah.
Off we go, and they'll just do it. So I think you have a camp of people who
Catching
think,
it or you in the way?
and you have a camp of people who repeat.
Oh, it's,
And I don't think there's actually the
Elvis.
opposing side to the good. I don't think function as a thinking populace at all. I think they simply repeat.
It feels like the conflict between those two groups is getting more intense.
It's certainly getting more intense, and it was interesting for me because, and I want to be an optimist, but I lost so much faith in humanity during COVID. I really, if you would have told me how COVID would have gone down before COVID,
Wait, that's a good. I
Father and I had a very
completely.
logical conversation and said, we're two military-aged men in very good physical condition.
Here's the problem. YouTube got guidelines. You're not allowed to talk about COVID.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
So that's
fair enough.
unfortunate, the control that we're dealing with right now.
If we die of this, the world's over. If it can kill us, it's zombie apocalypse. So why are we going to live in fear? So we found the only two countries that were open, which were Sweden and Belarus.
Okay, this is out of sync from what I was listening to. This is
Here's all the logical, empirical evidence that that is a lie. But these people are ideologically brainwashed and they don't want to take enough.
Maybe let's see, because the guy was talking before the show started, so this is a different. But it's really good.
Skip
Ulrich
it.
is
Skip
doing
it.
stretches, by the
Skip
way,
it.
y'all.
skip it.
Ulrich is working out,
That wasn't meant to
and Daniel's
distract.
lounging on the couch.
If they don't like your views and you're inspiring millions of people to resist slave programming, you become a threat. Like they disgust me.
But you can't send a guy to jail because you disagree with him.
You
Like that-
I want to hear that.
And there's a whole, and
Yeah, this whole
Lil
thing is
Nas,
so good.
He can have sex with the devil in his music videos, that's fine. But I'm dangerous for saying go to the gym.
Okay.
Oh, that's deep. He's talking about.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna just randomly just to grab something.
Here's all the logical empirical evidence that that is a lie. That these people are ideologically
Must see your
brainwashed
phone?
and they don't want to take enough. They don't have the bravery it takes to wake up and accept that they're being lied to. So they'd rather just, to the end of time, repeat what they're told. And it becomes more and more intense as it becomes more and more ridiculous. That's so scary. As it becomes more and more ridiculous, the more intense both sides get.
Yes.
Right? So what the future holds, I'm not entirely sure, but I like to believe, even my current charges, I found solace when I was in jail, that the thinking people are looking at this going, something about this doesn't seem right.
Well, I mean, it is a little bracing. I mean, when I discovered, I was sympathetic to you already, but, you know, man's accused of human trafficking, it's worth finding out what he's accused of. And when I discovered that there was no actual human trafficking charge,
Yeah.
you know, that's not actually human trafficking, I don't care what you call it,
Yeah.
you weren't buying it, even accused of buying and selling anyone, then the next conclusion you inevitably reach is they don't like the guy, they don't like his views, it's fine. They're going to send him to jail for that.
Yeah.
That does seem like an escalation.
Yeah, basically it's so absurd. They finally charged him. He was charged like right around the time we did the last show about him.
Yeah.
And the charges the charges that they're giving him is that he coerced young women to get accounts on TikTok in order to take the money that they made through TikTok. So this is not about force. This is not about rape. This is not about traveling and trafficking women. And then the women who all came forward and said that's not true. He didn't do that. They say, well, we can't take your word for it because you've been coerced. So you're still the victim. So we have to protect you. So we
And they don't
charge
have, the fact that they don't have to write a big redaction on the charge. Every newspaper that printed that he was like doing sex trafficking, like that's straight libel. They should have to write a front page redaction of it. Like, excuse me, what the charge actually was. This TikTok thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
nobody.
No, they
it's
don't
like
have to do
J.
that.
Edgar Hoover.
What do you mean?
Meaning it's the same thing. When you say something out there and you put it out there publicly, it disparages the person. So it makes them look bad. So guess what everybody heard about Andrew Tate? Nobody's really, people are watching the video, but
Right.
it's already out there. He already has a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Sex trafficking. They do that on purpose.
Yeah, but that's
No,
what
I
we're
know.
here
That's
for.
what I say. This
That's what we're
But
here
that's why
for.
we're not here to promote. We're sitting there to give facts about what's truly happening and say, hey, this is what's really happening.
we're here to give our commentary.
He just talked about the TikTok thing.
We're here to give our commentary about what is being put out there.
I didn't even know that TikTok.
And
thing,
if they
by the
put
way.
something out there about Tupac, and if they put something out there about Martin Luther King, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna dissect
But
it.
we're also going to sit there and say, just like, Andrew Tate is saying, is like, if you think about it, if you want to get rid of somebody, what do? You make them, look bad. You do things. You say that's the whole thing.
Come on.
Like they talk bad about Oric, and I sit there and say no.
Who's they?
It's those people. I don't want to talk about it.
No, Daniel and Ulrich are not friends. Daniel just talking to be talking. That's not real.
No,
Get loud on the
let me
mic,
tell you,
even if you're just talking
in the
jest.
streets. They talk about Oric.
It's what streets?
Anybody who's pro-black talks about Oric. He's known for not being pro-black.
Wait, what's
So yeah, it's these streets. We don't want to talk about it. We're gonna talk about something.
You see that? That's more of a problem. Yeah.
But
All right, let me just find.
let me like your views and you're inspiring millions of people to resist.
All right, let me try to get to
Well,
this. Yeah, so much good stuff. There was 3 hours of good stuff.
Oh, completely. And you can listen to rap music about killing people all day long, and there's all and Lil Nas. He can have sex with the devil in his music videos. That's fine. But I'm dangerous.
Oh, Rick, no working out, dude.
And once
No
I
working
realized
out.
what was scary to me is I said this to my brother. I said once the parliament is discussing you, you're basically considered a national security threat at this point. You're a threat to national security at that level, and then all bets are off. Right?
What about the UK?
Pause it.
So the UK has become more authoritarian.
Let's talk about that.
I didn't even hear it. I'm too busy wondering why is Ulrich lifting up weights.
We're at a phone
And you take motivate you.
I told you. I told you what the people say about Oric.
No, you can't do that.
I didn't know
You
you
can't do
did.
that.
Come on, you're going too far back.
What do we?
I want to hear what you're talking about.
already. But man's accused of human trafficking. It's worth finding out what he's accused of. And when I discovered that there was no actual human trafficking charge, that's not actually human trafficking. I don't care what you call it. You weren't buying it, even accused of buying and selling anyone. Then the next conclusion you inevitably reach is they don't like the guy. They don't like his views. It's fine. they're going to send him to jail for that.
Yeah.
That does seem like an escalation.
Absolutely, but if they don't like your views and you're inspiring millions of people to resist slave programming, you become a threat. Like, they discuss me.
But you can't send a guy to jail because you disagree with it.
You shouldn't. But even before I went to jail, the members of parliament in the UK were talking about me and what a dangerous role model I am for young boys. So they launched this initiative inside of British schools to ban me. My name can't be said inside of any British school, and members of parliament were standing up in parliament saying Andrew Tate is dangerous. He's encouraging young boys to have misogynistic views, because I'm literally telling young men to go to the gym and to stand up for themselves and believe in themselves and believe in something. And by extension, you look at some of the sexual education books these children are being given, which I believe at age 9, I don't think a child needs to learn about anal sex or any of these things.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So they're pushing that to the children, but I'm banned.
Well, they're also pushing weed and video games on boys.
Oh, completely. And you can listen to rap music about killing people all day long, and there's a whole, and Lil Nas, he can have sex with the devil in his music videos, that's fine. But I'm dangerous for saying go to the gym. And once I realized what was scary to me is, I said this to my brother, I said, once the parliament is discussing you, you're basically considered a national.
Oh, let's stop there.
Okay. Well,
I think that's a good spot.
they said a lot of things, Dan.
No, but I mean,
Daniel spoke. There's a say. I'm excited. Yeah, go for it.
So my biggest thing is what he said. You can do all these things, but if you tell people to do the right thing, Andrew Tate, if those who know, and I only just learned this recently from doing, being on here. Yeah, I appreciate it. He's having people think differently than the conventional thinking. That scares people. When you can't control someone. When you have someone telling you, and very influentially, you could do things differently.
Yeah, he black.
That's different. You could do, Lil Nas X follows, they're okay with that, even though they act like they're not okay with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Little, meaning like, what he says is more dangerous than with Lil Nas X.
Yeah, Lil Nas X humping the devil in his videos.
Exactly.
Nobody in Parliament is saying not stop Lil Nas X.
Oh, exactly.
But we stopping in Parliament. They're talking in Parliament about making sure that no kid even utters the word Andrew Tate in schools.
Okay. All right. So what you trying to say about
Which makes me feel one world government. He can still be an agent, because the more you tell a child not to do something, they're gonna want to do it more. So that's the thing with Andrew Tate possibly being the next Tupac and all these agents that came up looking like they're pushing some sort of like power to the people.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
And I'm a big
Tomorrow,
Andrew Tate
I'm going
supporter.
to the moon. It is possible.
It's actually not possible for you to go to the moon. You're too old to go to the moon. And you have not done any of that stuff they do in the G-forces and all that. So why are we playing games here? Let's
All
be
I'm
serious.
saying is, there's always a possibility of everything. So when you guys say he's an agent, he may be this and this and this, you're doing the same thing that Parliament is doing. You putting something on a person that's going to make him look bad, so that people are going to sit there and say, "Oh shoot, he may be an agent."
No, again, no. You must be suspicious. First of all, you must be suspicious. You must be suspicious about everybody in a way, not necessarily. Maybe suspicious was a heavy word, because that made you. Like, I don't mean necessarily, I mean, especially someone who's trying to sell you a message or put forth a message. You should be critical and observant of their words and what they're putting forth. So the same thing with Tupac, how he was put forth as a rebel and a hero and an anti this and that. But if you really listen to his message, and that by my opinion, if you really listen to his message, it was kind of contradictory and had no real footing or any real principle you can hold on to. Now, Andrew Tate, so far, everything he's been saying is pretty, righteous, and I agree with a lot of the things he's saying. Now, the possibility of him being agent is, now we trust him, now we have our trust, what if his message starts changing, but our loyalty moves us forward? So just listen to his message, and more so than, because he could be an agent, and he's so popular, and he's gaining so much traction with young people, it's possible that, just use your own instinct, don't follow people, don't follow false prophets. Follow a principle. So Andrew Tate's great. I like what he's saying, but he could be an agent. Anybody.
And the reason why I say that is not in jest or not to be sarcastic or just try to protect what I was saying earlier about the Tupac thing, no, what we have to understand is that this world we live in is extremely controlled. Extremely controlled. And he even says that his father worked for the CIA. Andrew Tate says this himself. His father worked for the CIA, and his father was a chess player. And the CIA, his father was a poor man because his father refused to sign the paperwork that said that he was mentally disturbed through working for the CIA and doing all these whatever he was doing that he can't even talk about. So this is not a stretch. Like when I look at Tupac, I look at his mom and I look at the way she was able to get out of a situation without an attorney. That makes me go, And then you find out that she was the same part of the same group of people that's with the Smolletts. And that whole debacle with that whole family, it's like, So all I'm saying when I say Andrew Tate possibly could be an agent is we have to have our eyes wide open, not wide shut. Because, it's like we've been duped over and over again by these slick talking mother effers that I'm just over it. So over it.
And we're not saying that Andrew Tate is one of these people. It's just that don't take. He could be, and anybody could.
Yeah,
be.
don't take it. Don't just take
it.
all this fly stuff he's saying. He's talking all this really good. I love everything he's saying.
Yeah, but so far he's been genuine. We have no way to counter the guy. So
that's what I'm saying. So why does it even come up?
Has
if someone
to come
is
up.
being genuine,
it has to come up.
Why does that have to even come up?
To be fair, that went along with what we were saying. We began that conversation about Tupac. We started bringing things up about Martin Luther King. We digressed a little, but we were talking about people, how they're portrayed, and to children.
You know what it is to me. My biggest thing is it's like when musicians when they get big, especially with men, you're automatically gay. If you get too big, if you get too big and you're black or you're white, you're part of Illuminati. And I realize people have the need to bring someone down so they can justify why that person's successful. And other than just saying this person put in hard freaking work.
I didn't even say.
I'm just going to my own thing.
See, that's
exactly. And it's more of I see that a lot. But people try. I've seen people work hard, and people talk about it. Oh, they got it because of this. Because that's your own insecurity. You don't know what's behind that curtain that they did to get there. But everyone wants to say they got it.
Behind the curtain is a bad reference because behind the curtain it's a wizard, the Wizard of Oz.
Well, no.
Who happened to be one man.
When I'm saying behind the curtain, but my thing is behind the curtain means you don't see what's going on in the back of a play. There's people working, there's stage moving, and everything else. There's a whole cast of people to make that happen.
Once again, sir,
see it.
Respectfully, behind the curtain is revealing.
I know, but I'm just telling you my terms.
Esoteric, so to speak. Esoteric is when there are sliding walls, sliding mirrors, false walls, a stage, so to speak. So if we want to talk about these stars that everyone now says that they're homosexual, yes, I do know that happens, right? Is it wrong? Probably. Could it be true? Probably. But we cannot defend these people because we're not trying to bring them down, and we're not trying to what's it called? We don't want to just we're just gonna what's that called? Just with a broad brush, just start saying, okay, once you make it to this level, you got to be doing something like this, because no one would argue that about Ice Cube.
They do.
Ice Cube being a homosexual, I've never heard of that.
They do.
Ice
Cube, Drake, everyone.
I've heard stuff about Drake. Dre being a beater, but I've never heard anything about him being. I heard about they were talking about him with the eyeliner and all that, but that was before he even got big. All I'm telling you is that I hear what you're saying, but behind a lot of those curtains, there are pentagrams, sir. Behind a lot of those curtains, there are people that are working together, and you don't know anything about what's really going on. And I know you was in the music world and the magazine world, and you've seen a lot of stuff, but there are rooms, Daniel B., that you never got invited to.
But my thing is, from the people that I know who have become shit, as almost as successful as you can be, I've seen the hard work that they put in.
Right.
I know what it takes. So when I hear someone say, "Oh, they got it because of this one," there's a pentagram in their room, there's this and this, I'm like, no,
You seen
they
the hard
work
work,
Like,
same
like
way.
you
freaking
heard
hard.
about Tupac and Quincy Jones, that rumor, right? There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, I hear about that, but you know, I think you can say no and still be successful. You know, I think Quincy Jones says to you, "Listen, I'm gonna pull this out, and you're gonna put in some work, and we're gonna make you the #1 star." I think you can walk away from that and say, "I think I'll be the
I
number."
think you mean Clive Davis, not Quincy Jones. Tupac dated actually Quincy Jones'
Quincy
daughter.
Jones.
He
Yeah.
dated her daughter.
So
No,
what?
he said he's insinuating that something. That Quincy Jones made him do something in order to get something.
No, I'm not saying that. This is what's being said. This is what it's. This is
Yeah,
old.
but I'm saying
This is
that's what
old.
you're expressing. He doesn't. He
Yeah.
don't even know what you were talking about. I'm saying
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
it.
This is old. Because Daniel don't want to hear none of that. And I'm with him.
No, I
I
don't
used to
think
be
he
like that
understood,
too.
'cause you said
I don't
pull out.
want to
It's
hear
just
none of
more
that
of-
stuff
it's just
about
the
these
more,
people.
but it has nothing to do with hearing stuff about these people. You can hear things about it. But to me, my thing is, it's like Fox News. It's like everyone goes based on it. No one is doing the research to sit there and say, you know what, let me see the contents of it. I'm not saying we're journalists, because we're not.
Wait, how's that different
Speak
from
for
any?
yourself.
How's it
Okay,
different
I'm
from
not a
any-
journalist because
Wait. How's that unique to Fox News?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Fox.
use that
You mean
because-
just mainstream media, period?
No, I just feel Fox has they win the gold with it. Not saying other places don't do it.
Wait. You're saying Fox News? You're not saying mainstream media?
Again,
You think
I
she-
feel Fox News has the gold in it. Not saying anyone else
Wow.
doesn't do it.
They got the golden. They got the golden goose.
They're winning on it. They're winning. They're
On
beating
what?
all the other ones.
On
That's what I'm
lies,
saying.
on fake
Yes,
news and
yes,
lies.
Yes, they're beating every other one on.
Are they beating CNN? Is CNN
Yes.
is CNN right behind them or far away?
I think they're close. But Fox wins straight up and down.
But wait, well, most of the contradictory news about Fox News being fake comes from CNN News.
No, I'm not talking about.
So where
Fox
does the information about Fox? So where do you get the information that Fox isn't news? If the news sources you think you know are unreliable, what reliable sources giving you the news that Fox News is
The
bullshit?
Daily Show.
The Daily
The
Show.
Daily Show with Trevor
with
Noah.
Trevor Noah.
Right.
That's what.
Right.
No,
That's where you get the real.
It's so, yo, do you
No,
know
no,
how
no.
you know how dirty they did the guy who was doing that show before Trevor Noah? Then what's the guy that
John
Jon
Stewart.
Stewart.
He has the biggest, craziest beard right now.
Nah, he was. I don't trust that Terso. I think he's.
But
I
no,
think he's.
they kicked him out of here to get that black man in there because black is popular.
No, I think he should. I think
He
John
actually-
Stewart.
Trevor Noah's
he's
getting
getting
into
into
it.
Even
Jon
Trevor
Stewart is
Noah
getting
said
into-
Jon
getting
Stewart
very
did
involved in
something
politics.
really big because no, that's what I said. We talked.
Wait, what did he do
Trevor
that was
Noah
really
actually,
big?
hold on a second. Trevor Noah even said it. He said he took a chance on me. He said nobody wanted. He said,
John,
"That's not-"
wait. You know,
Stop
you
it.
know the host doesn't pick the new host, right?
Stop it.
You know, you understand that
That's
the host
the
does
network.
not choose the new host, right?
Exactly.
You have. Please say you know that. He
He is one.
he
No,
almost
no.
has no say.
Jon
They're
Stewart, no.
employees.
Hold on a second. Jon Stewart actually does because he does.
You really? Yo,
No,
what happened?
sir.
Yo, I think you just have like these dreams. When you
That's
put
called.
these
You see,
two-
now you need to understand what you're talking about. It's
he
not.
just put
It's
things
called.
in his head.
It's no. This is probably what they've told us, and people believe that crap. That's called MSN, mainstream media. That's Fox. That's CNN. That's MSNBC. That's all of them.
He is deep in that tunnel. I can't believe he thinks.
Stop it. He ain't deep in the tunnel.
What are you
Come
talking
on.
about? He just thought Jon Stewart. He think an employee of a network.
Hold on a second. When you,
That's his the hat.
No, hold on a second. Hold on a
No,
second.
the ring.
No,
The ring.
no,
The
no,
whole
not
thing.
you. No,
But you
network.
guys
We
are
want
saying
this
no,
guy.
hold on a
Oh
second.
no, not him.
You're
We
saying
want
no.
this
But
guy.
certain hosts have the ability to be part of that team.
Johnny
that
Carson was a host, was the biggest person on television for like what over almost 30 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
He got stopped. The network kicked his ass out because they thought someone was new. He didn't have any say. He didn't want Jay Leno to be the new person.
Right.
He wanted David Letterman to be his successor.
Exactly.
But yet they did. And John, let me tell you something. Jon Stewart could live 3 lifetimes and never have the much clout or influence or the social standing that Johnny Carson has.
Yes,
They
that's
would
so
even
right. Daniel's not even hearing you.
Like
Daniel's looking
I
for
know.
proof. Daniel's looking
Sorry.
for.
No,
yeah,
I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, Daniel's looking for proof.
I know.
Right now.
Like,
All right, come on, let's go back to entertain.
yo, that is crazy. Yo, Jon Stewart will slap you in the face for talking about him in the same sentence as Johnny Carson.
I never said Johnny Carson.
There are currently more than 750,000 unfilled
security threat at this point. You're a threat to national security at that level. And then all bets are off, right?
What about the UK? So the UK has become more authoritarian than anywhere in the Persian Gulf.
Correct.
How did that happen?
With their stop and frisk.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's very interesting because people still, the people in Camp B who don't think, a lot of them believe that the law is fair. I've had people say to me, oh yeah, what they're doing to you is garbage. Well, you need a lawyer. Well, yeah, I do need a lawyer, and I do have a lawyer. Thank you. But it's not that simple, unfortunately. You know, the law is very subjective, and if they want to attack you with it, they're going to do a very good job of attacking you with it. And that's what the UK does. The UK have these laws which are extremely subjective, and they can use it as a weapon to basically silence anyone they decide.
But why?
Because that Magna Carta is bullshit. Respectfully.
Add to the world. They just make more and more authoritarian laws, and they end up using them to attack the people that the government doesn't like. And I ended up being one of them. And I think.
How can anyone love a cat more than a dog?
Because cats are adorable.
What else did
It's true. What's the point of
broach?
decaf coffee?
I feel like Queen Amadou should call right now. She goes through all her commercials like this.
I'll
You know, Daniel,
you
you can set up your phone where you get no commercials. It's like $30 for the month or $20, depending, and then you get up to like 3 phone lines.
I don't know if hey, do you want to take a break and then before we go into the next subject or something? Because we're just gonna go to Andrew Tate because I don't even know what the next aspect of this.
We're gonna do Andrew Tate. We're gonna keep it. Keep it.
But there was not a new timestamp.
Yeah, this is a different program. The one that's on my phone is not showing on Daniel's phone.
Break the thermometer. We might deal with the heat wave a bit later. But
Get air conditioning. No. Let's break the thermometer.
for now, there's too many people talking about the heat wave. So let's just break that. And then later on, maybe.
I'm gonna find it. What was the other timestamp I put over there?
Very
Crying weak
self-respect,
man, 150.
honor, dignity. We have no dignity. I have too much dignity for that shit. And a lot of these men have.
You said 150?
151. It's 151. Crying weak men.
Like, no matter what I'm told, that it's cold outside, I feel warm. That's the bottom line.
You said 151.
Yeah, but it's not. There was a guy that commentated. He commentated before. There's one that I have on my phone that I can't find nowhere.
But then why do you ask me the timestamp?
Because I know it's around that
Okay.
point. You know, he didn't talk but for a few minutes.
Right. What you have to do is sit and say, does the person who's programming genuinely have my best interests at heart? What do they want me to believe? Why do they want me to believe it? What happens if I believe what they want me to believe? Where does this lead? That's all. Everyone's vaccinated. I would argue that point hard.
Of course.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I would argue it. I don't have the statistics. It's just logic to me. So, talk about women being unhappy. What's actually interesting about the female mind, once again, they're going to call me misogynist, is that when you're an emotionally led person, you're more prone to chaos. It takes real stoicism to lead. So why are these women unhappy? Because no one's leading them. No fathers, no men of no backbone, no man they respect. So they're relying on society, which is promoting chaos, and their own mental state. Women will say all the time, oh, my period was coming up, so I was crazy. Like, they'll say that themselves. So without any kind of hard rock of emotional security, to give her a hug and say, don't worry, baby, calm down, it's okay. When you have no hard rock of emotional security, and you leave her to her own devices, she's going to be, to a degree, chaotic. And you know who told me this? A woman said this to me. A woman said this to me. A woman said, most women are closer to a mental breakdown than you possibly believe.
Facts.
Day by day. I was like, really? She goes, yeah, and that's what I love about my husband. He makes me feel happy and secure and safe. If I'm starting to have a problem, I know I go to him, and he makes me feel safe. He's my rock.
If you're happy, they're happy.
So why are women miserable? Because where are they going to get their happiness from? Where are they going to get their emotional stability from? It's not their job. I don't believe it's a woman's job to be emotionally stable. It's a woman's job to do many other very important things that men can't do. More important. They're better than men at a lot of things, women are. But it's our job to be emotionally stable. Women are better than us at certain things. We're better at other things.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
why
he
as a team we're
was
so
now, so
powerful.
he's got so.
To sit and pretend we're all the same the whole way through, then why do we even need each other?
Oh, I was gonna
Right.
say, yeah, I actually, I don't know until Daniel comes here. I
Sorry the show is so sloppy today. Forgive us. But you know, we're here.
long-term work in progress. Anyway, so I completely agree with what Andrew says, and I think there's an important truth here that also may sound misogynist. I think when you're happy, it's like within the context of a relationship. When you're happy in a male and female relationship, it's funny I have to differentiate all these things. All right, so male and female relationship.
You mean
I think,
cis female?
I'm not. See, that's where I draw the line. But that's where
born
I
a
won't
woman.
use that C word. That's
a woman.
The C word is almost like the N word to me. But it was like.
So you're not a cis man. You're just a man.
No, I think it's meant. It's not meant to be. I don't even know what science it is because it's LGBT science.
Right.
But so anyway, so I think that you're. It's funny I say that now they're gonna say I'm homophobic and I'm
Yeah, you
misogynistic
definitely are.
for this.
That makes you homophobic to not want to say the word cis? Call yourself a cis man?
No, but I say respect the term that's used.
But
like,
that, but you see,
don't
wait,
may have to
wait,
use
wait,
it, but
wait,
you
wait,
can
wait,
respect
so
it,
wait,
you're not
wait,
gonna
time out. Wait, I'm not homophobic or not? Because your reaction to me being homophobic was what I just said.
Are you homophobic?
I mean, you asked me, you accused me of it. So you tell me.
I see you said a statement. I said, well, let me
because I
rephrase
said
it.
I draw the line at cis.
Yeah, why?
That's because I think it's I don't think it's a scientific term. It's a derogatory term because it's calling something like a male. It's supposed to. I think it's meant deliberately to make the straight male sound less powerful. I think it's purposeful. I'm not saying. Look, I think it's purposeful because I think it's pointless to even. I don't even know what you're saying. What the differentiation is in cis
Because
heterosexual.
there's more than one man in the world.
I don't know.
They have men that were born women and they transition and they go to their guidance counselors around 12, 13 years old and they say, yo, can I get some blockers? They get the blockers, they get rid of the breasts, and they grow the clitoris and they're men now. So you can't just say you're a man, you up against other men.
Yeah,
that have put in mad work since they were 13.
We could go on so we digress because I was gonna, but I would leave Daniel alone for a second. But I would just say the one thing, so I would put the heat back on me.
Right.
Because I was about to go. All right. So the thing about women can when men are happy within the context of a relationship, when men are happy, the woman is happy. When women are happy, the man isn't necessarily happy. The man is just not. The man is just doing things probably that he doesn't even probably want to do, and something he's not even, fully excited to do in order to make the woman happy to some extent. And I think I think that's what happens in a lot of relationship. It's almost inevitable. I don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. You said if the man is happy, the woman is happy.
When the man is happy within the household, within the context of a relationship, the woman is happy because the woman follows your energy.
I can kind of agree with that.
Your energy determines that. Now, granted, I don't want to say that a man can't be.
So woman's happiness.
A man
is
making
based on a man's happiness. I'm just asking.
I'm saying men. The woman follows their lead, follows their
energy,
should be, follows their vibe.
If I'm happy,
not the other way around.
My happiness should light up the whole family. When my kids and my daughter, my son, and my wife see that I'm happy, their whole attitude and their energy is just great. They love it. They see me smiling, and that's normal. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. It's we've been so. Like Daniel, when you said what you just said just now, when you asked that question, it made me instantly think of happy wife, happy life. No problem with saying that. But as soon as you say happy husband, happy life, wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
I say happy husband, happy household. I think that's the
happy husband, happy household.
Yeah, because the kids
real.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
I don't think women can be happy, honestly, and I have been with the same woman for 18 years, and let me tell you, I sometimes look at her and I go, baby, what you going through, it ain't that bad, it ain't that deep, and she'll snap out of it.
Yeah.
She'll snap out of it.
Actually,
she will.
Yeah, actually, I think I just realized a big distinction. The same things that make me happy or make me upset always make me happy, always make me upset. The same things that make a woman happy will make her upset. And the same thing, like that, and that's the thing. But that I think it's different than masculine mind because they're not. There's not that same volatility, and that's why the feminine personality is more receptive to becoming controlled and just believing in stuff without even thinking through it and just seeing images like the Tupac and all these people and just thinking they're the stuff. But that's all I got to say about
That's
that.
interesting.
Finally stopped myself.
Yeah, it sounded like you was going somewhere. And then you kind of was holding back, which is fine. That's okay. That's okay because you want to accuse us of like not being in these tangents. So it's good. You see the way I said tangent, just the way you say tangent.
That's how I talk.
That's how you talk.
Wait, what was that? Wait,
tangent.
Wait.
Like you say chocolate.
I don't say that. I don't say
it's
that.
So
no,
weird when you say chocolate.
That's not true. Wait, do I say that?
But anyway,
wait, I do that.
Anyway, let's digress from this.
Right, that's funny.
All right, let me just say, do you know about Daniel B. You've been a bachelor for a long time. Have you bought into the happy wife, happy life, or what is your take on that?
I mean, I understand it, but my thing is the statement that was made earlier with Oric is just a man's happiness leads to a woman's happiness. I don't agree with that, because a man could be happy being not so great person. A man could be happy being abusive to his woman.
Whoa.
A man could be happy cheating.
Hold on.
Okay,
sorry.
Hold on. Negative, I thought this is what we're doing, opinions and everything else. And a woman won't be happy. I think it's fine. I think you have to be happy with yourself, first and foremost. And also in a relationship, be willing to be unhappy sometimes. But I think the goal is to just always try to...
Women are not happy.
Wait. What
You've
man is
actually just
happy?
convinced me,
Wait.
Daniel, with what you just said.
I don't believe
women are not happy.
Wait, what man beats a woman in happiness? I don't understand.
Some men do.
What,
That's in movies.
That's
in the movies,
It makes
That's
sense.
in a Lifetime movie.
That's like
no.
You watching Lifetime?
No. Hold on a second.
Shit.
You
That's
watching
crazy.
Weed TV?
No. I've actually met men who find. You can't. Please don't dismiss what I'm saying.
Yeah. Come on.
I've met men who like they enjoy when they have to hit their woman or hitting them.
I talk about sexual gratification.
Hold on a second. You gonna let me finish? They enjoy feeling like I put this woman in her place. I'm letting her know who's the boss. They find joy in that.
Right. But that's
the woman does not find the joy in that.
Wait. I don't think they find joy. I was gonna say, putting a woman. That's not a joy in putting a woman in place. That feels like there's something they're compelled to do because she's a man has a line. And a man has a certain line that you can't go over. I don't know about you, but man, I have a line I can't go over before I'm gonna have to check you, before I put you in your place. So it doesn't bring me joy, but it's part of my principle.
Right.
It doesn't
But
bring
there are
me.
men that do find joy in
But
it. There's fine
they
men
tell you
that
I find joy.
Daniel B, you've been single a long time, man. You've been a bachelor a long time. Who are these men that you know that are bragging about checking their chick?
What are you talking about?
You got pimp friends?
they're sitting there. Some men are just happy cheating on their women. There's a man. Come on, let's just keep it real.
It's not
Like,
a
stop
happy
it.
thing. Listen. I'm talking about cheating.
You're like, I got a side chick. I got this. I have that.
You talk about bragging. All right, men. Listen, I'm not saying men don't brag. Men maybe brag about having a bunch of women, but it's not that they're happy in the act. They're not happy about cheating. They're happy about having they want to have sex. I think you're attaching joy to things that's just actions that.
All I'm saying is you can't make a blanket statement like that, or like if
You're
a man's
saying
happy, women are happy. That's not true.
No. I say no. Let me clarify it. So maybe I'll slow down. And I said it previously, but I'll reiterate it. Men in relationships. One energy is usually more dominant than the other, and I think Andrew Tate what he insinuates and what we agree with, it's better when the masculine energy is the kind of dominant energy. And the masculine energy in general is a dominant energy, whether it's from the woman being more masculine or being more aggressive or being more, or it's the man doing it. But the issue and what they all talk about is women get less attracted to men that they dominate, and that's really when the cheating would happen. So that's why it's better. So when I say happy man, happy household, I mean the dominant energy. If the dominant energy is positive and happy, let's just use the word happy. It's just positive energy, and that's the dominating energy in the house. It's better. It's just a better household because it flows through the family. Now the women, when she's happy, she's just happy in her little bubble. Like la 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 la. Men's happy, it radiates through the old house. I'm sure when you're in your house, you probably bellow, you're probably singing, and your kids are probably excited. Oh look, Daddy's all happy and stuff like that.
They love it.
But to me, when a woman I'm with is happy, that makes me happy.
Yeah, but that's different because I think you're with
How
women.
is she? What defines a woman being happy?
You said a woman can never be happy. So
No, I've been with a woman for 18 years. I could talk that. You've been single that whole time. The whole time I've been in a marriage. You've been single.
Yes, but
Okay,
you're saying
so
that women.
I can tell
you're
you
saying-
all
but
about
you're-
how unhappy women are, and by the fact that you have been single this long, you probably know nothing but women being unhappy and almost impossible to make happy. So please
I
tell
don't
me
believe
what
that.
is
I
it
don't believe
that
that.
defines
I mean,
a
I was
woman
just in
being
a
happy.
6-year relationship too. Just saying.
And you didn't feel that your woman could be happy.
I'm just saying, I just wasn't single for that long. So something.
Wait. In your process of 6 years, do you feel that your woman could be happy?
I think. Wait, could be happy?
Yeah, because you both said
She
women
likes
can't
me
be
a
happy.
lot. She.
No, but without you, you're saying she can't be happy, or you're saying with you gotta.
I'm saying when I'm happy,
Oh,
the
you see, I'm
household's
talking about
happy.
in relationships.
Even the doggy's
I'm
happy.
not talking about a single woman. A single woman I know is miserable. There's no way you're gonna tell me that a woman is on a woman every night is drinking a whole bottle of wine and she happy.
But see,
Right?
I know
Okay. She's miserable alone. When she has a man, she needs that man to level her out.
Yeah.
That's what a man does. A man levels out the playing field. A man, how many times I gotta tell my wife, babe, it's all right. It ain't that serious. Calm down, all right? Let's relax. Let's rethink this. All right? Talk to me. What's up? All right, let's talk about it. Do you want to talk about it? Because I'm not here to fix everything for her. I don't play that role where I'm just going to fix all your problems. No, I stop and I listen and I hear what she has to say and I let her know like we can have a discussion about it and things change. But happiness and a woman in the morning, my wife is a crazy person in the morning. If she don't have her coffee, oh my God. I think I've told you about this. That it ain't even the coffee. It's the walk to the coffee. Like we have a coffee making machine that can make coffee. It ain't the coffee. It's the journey to get the coffee that my wife needs in order to clear her mind of the crazy cobwebs. If she does not get her coffee, she's a crazy person. They would put my wife on medication. Any therapist would just have if I was one of those piece of shits and I would record my wife, you know how these men, they be recording their wives just to have a little, I would have tons of information. Like, hello, I want the kids, the house, and the Volkswagen. Because women are not happy people. They're not happy people. Women,
At least not when they not when they pass the childhood. When they're out of childhood, all that joy, at a certain age, that joy that turns off.
Yeah, once they have the kids, everything changes. Everything changes once you have the kids. And let me tell you.
I thought even into adulthood, once you're single past a certain age.
Once you're single past a certain age.
Yeah, that whatever, take that joyful, that youthful joy and stuff like that.
Nah, they got women that are joyful through their whole lives. Those are the single ones.
Oh, those I thought single women are never happy.
They're never happy. They drink a bottle. Who could be happy drinking a bottle of wine every night?
Oh, yes.
You can't. A woman can't tell me she's happy if she got to drink a bottle of wine and get to bed.
That's right.
And they all doing a whole bottle every day. You go to any liquor store. Who's your number one client? Women. How many times are they coming here? Every day. How much wine are they getting? It's this big. Let me tell you, they're not happy. They're not happy people. That's why they need us, and that's why we need them. Because we need some of that crazy to calm down so that we can step up and solve certain problems. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. I think Daniel B's off making a cappuccino somewhere, and it's $3,000
Some kind of Sex
a
in the
coffee
City
making
trick.
machine. You know, how much is that coffee maker, Daniel B? 3,200, not 3,000.
Get delioso.
So the show is real sloppy. We're gonna play some more Andrew. Come on. I got that from the Star
Yes,
Report. He
yeah.
says that a lot. He's like, the show is real sloppy, y'all, today. Bear with me.
Hey, at least we're being genuine.
Yo, do you offer coffee to people, or you
No.
just make your own coffee?
It's just
Who
for your
does
wife.
that?
Me and your wife are gonna enjoy our coffee.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
This is why
How
we
you
have
make a
to
cup of
define it.
coffee? Don't offer the
Wait,
people in
Would
the
you
room.
guys?
a
Would
coffee.
you like some? But you had your drink, so I know you.
I don't
like
even
it.
drink coffee.
No, you was drinking your thing.
Yeah, I know, but I don't drink
Oh, I
coffee.
mean, I would take that, but
Okay.
you know, I would.
I personally don't drink coffee. I'm one of those personalities. I'm like a C type. Whatever the no drink coffee type
Are we
of
playing this?
personality is me. But I definitely don't like not being offered.
Women who are running around sharing one man with no intention
That's
of
why
having
you just
children.
say-
Marriage is gone. Like, where do we think this is going to end? And what's interesting about
Well, it
it,
ends with the training thing, right?
complete. Yeah, that's the
No,
ultimate.
no, I'm serious though. Is it? I mean, if there's no,
No, we're gonna go back. There's so much good stuff in here. It's ridiculous.
I never got a chance to see this.
Ooh, we could call this show "Random Reactions to Andrew Tate's Interview."
No, but half and half.
Huh? Oh,
Ulrich
half
is
and
a
half.
Ulrich is a man. He does
Not
it with
if-
no sugar, no cream.
Oh, no,
Come on.
no. That's I'm not like that.
That's no.
That's why I drive
No,
like.
but half and half.
Huh? Half and half. That's what I do because that the freaking coffee
Legislation around this
is like
issue
that. Like,
is so large.
burns
Hasn't
through
even
your
been read by most
esophagus.
people voting for it.
yeah.
And there's something in the middle of it which is going to damage every single person's life, which has nothing at all to do with the issue itself. And most people don't understand that.
They co-opt people's best instincts, their love of nature, which is a virtue, of course.
Yep.
Their love of their neighbors during COVID. Don't you?
I really dropped the ball thinking we were gonna just be able to find this damn thing on the
Mention
internet.
about my story. My father was in the military, and then he left to become a professional chess player. He was a traveling chess player. You don't make money with that. My mother and father broke up at age 9. We moved to England purely because you get more help from the state. I was raised on welfare in Marsh Farm, which is the worst area of the worst town, Luton, with the highest crime rate. I went to a school with a 4% pass rate, single mother household effectively. Started from absolutely nothing, became a kickboxing world champion.
And your mother was English?
English, correct. So I started at the absolute lowest echelon of life, and I would like to consider myself pretty somewhere near the top now. I've been through absolutely every stage. So when I say to men, you can become anything you want, and my answer to you is masculine excellence, there's no other answer. I can't tell you how to rig the game and cheat the game. If we're all racing a race and I have a Ferrari and you have a Nissan, I mean, sure, you can get a bit better at driving, but you're probably going to lose. You have to get a better character to play this game of life. So that's why I preach masculine excellence.
The Bible
'Cause
teaches.
for many of the world's problems today, porn, sexual access, being respected by your peers, making sure that your wife's going to stay with you after the children are born for a very long time, right? Being happy, anything, it all comes down to who you are as a man. The only answer is masculine excellence. There's nothing you can do besides hard work, accept the trauma and pain and suffering, and work harder than everyone else around you worked. And that's why porn's a problem. So I will genuinely say to any man out there who finds himself loading up that website, go take a look in the mirror and realize why no one wants to fuck you. If you're
Fair.
yeah, and I said this to guys before, if you were a girl with all the choices she has, would you choose you? Think about it. And if you're honest with yourself, a lot of these guys, if they look in the mirror and go, you know what? No, I wouldn't choose me. Work out why and do something about it. Absolutely not self-accountability. This is something that's also missing. I take accountability for everything in my life. Even going to jail, although it was unfair, although it's a matrix attack, although it's garbage, it was my fault. I sat there and go, what did I do wrong? How can I learn from this? Where is my part to play in this? What did I
Accountability.
do? Because my actions are what I have the most control over. I have self-accountability for everything. If a woman doesn't want to sleep with me, I don't sit and say, women are this way, society's that way. I just sit and say, okay, why? What can I change? So any man who's loading up porn needs to go have a long conversation in the mirror and realize that he's not desirable or as desirable as he should be or could be. I come from absolutely nothing. I'm mixed race. My father was black and my mother's white. So statistically, mixed race, single household, single mother household, bad area. I ticked every box to end up in jail. I ended up in jail for the wrong reasons.
You fulfilled your destiny.
I ticked every box to be a delinquent,
Right.
and I refused to be one. I absolutely refused to be a delinquent. I said, no, that's not who I want to be. I want to be a superhero. And I know the only way to be a superhero is to, one, suffer, like Batman did, his parents died, and two, work hard. What does your mother think? My mother's exceptionally proud of me. She still worries because mothers worry. But even when we were in
You
jail,
want me
she
to take
said,
this one,
well, I know you're
Daniel?
both strong, so like,
Get
she
the
knows she
fresh
has
one?
men. She knows she has, that's
Huh?
great. Yeah, of course. And I think that's what I believe, especially also, I think a man has a duty to his last name. I think we carry the last name. We have a duty to our last name. I am a Tate. I am my father's son. The reason
What do you think about that, Ulrich? You have a duty to your last name.
I mean, I plan on. Are we getting up?
No.
I mean, I plan on. I mean, I don't have my father's last name. I have my mother's last name because I was essentially my father never claimed me. I was the B word. But,
Well, your father did not claim you. Your mother was a homewrecker. Let's keep it real.
I mean, I don't know about that. Anyways, first of all, wait. I don't even know what stories you're playing. That's not. Anyways.
Your mother was a homewrecker.
Anyways, hey, watch it. Now, hey. Now, as I was saying, the fuck was I saying? Now,
Sorry.
Yeah, all right. The
So that means you don't even count.
No.
Let me tell you. Let me just say this. The fact that you don't have a last name to represent kind of shows where we are as a people.
I mean,
as a society.
I still have somewhat pride in my last, because that's where the African.
But you have your pride in your mother's last name.
That's what the African would come from.
Right.
Yeah. So
And Daniel B, he has the last name of his mom too.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Think about that. Think about. There's no promoting of that. What he's talking about is nobody talks
I mean, there's
like
no
that.
way, and there's no absolute way that I would even have whoever I marry hyphenate her name. She'd have to take my name. I get you have to take the full.
No, she won't be taking your name. She'll be taking your mother's name.
I mean, that's that.
She would be taking my grandfather's name.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. I gotta agree with Daniel on that level.
Okay.
That's.
I know I'm being hard on you.
You're such a hater. Is that? Are those crumbs?
Look how nasty. Look, Daniel B has crumpets.
No, it's brown sugar.
Oh, that's brown sugar.
Well,
That's
not brown sugar,
crumpet.
but it was a sugar.
I thought it was crumpets.
That's such a funny. I thought it was crumpets. Thank you.
Anyway, so can I be honest though? It bothers me when he says that. That's why
half in it. It's in
the half and half is inside of the
No,
cow.
I was just getting its flavor.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's in the cow. Would you like me to freshen your beverage, your libation?
You know, this espresso is so good. I'm not gonna taint it with half and half.
It tastes good, right?
Good for you. Good for you, Ulrich. Look how classy we are over here, right? Look around us in this beautiful classy home.
What was that? What is?
Can I be honest? I have a problem with when Andrew Tate says this. It bothers me.
Well, when
Hey,
he says.
Actually, we missed a bunch of crap.
When Andrew Tate says this about your last name and how you have to represent your last name, how important it is, I actually find myself angered by that. Maybe that's why I tease you guys so much and was kind of hard on you because, calling your mom a home wrecker and all that kind of stuff, which is true, but still, she could have made it work. And Daniel's mom.
Well, it could work with a married man.
He was married. He was a married man.
Wait. Stop. Wait. Would you guys say? I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that it's dark because Ulrich is on the.
I need some
blocking the light.
No, that was not Dover.
All right, no, but that light you got to turn towards this way. Oh no, that light is fine. My last name.
You eating this?
He's a original man. He don't put stuff in nice cups and all that. He just consumes.
It's a barrel
And then
aged whiskey. It's a whiskey barrel aged
He didn't have a father to
coffee.
teach him how to drink coffee.
Well, let me put it this
Sorry,
way:
Ulrich.
the last names I do feel is very important, but to me, it doesn't matter so much as how it got there. but it does symbolize something. And, you know, and I do understand like a man passing that name on. I mean, fortunately, my daughter.
Oh, I know that was out loud. My fault.
No, it's all right. Come on, come this way though. Come yeah.
So I mean, I just feel like, you know, last names are important. It's, you know.
That should be a clip.
Last names. You see, this is me. See, I basically named myself because I wanted to get into the personal chefing business, and I knew that if I named myself Rosenberg, I would be allowed in more doors because I wanted to be. My goal was to get to be a chef for somebody that lived on the Upper East Side who took like 5 vacations a year, paid me for their vacations, all that kind of stuff. I worked 4 or 5 days a week, you know. Just I wanted one of those cush kind of jobs for personal chefing. That was my objective, and I knew that Elvis Rosenberg was going to get in the door, and it worked, and it got me in a lot of doors. So the thing is, I don't have that desire. I don't have that real last name to like, you kids better be proud of your last name, your grandfather this, your grandfather. See, I don't have that. Daniel and I have the same grandfather who they refuse, the few sisters that are alive right now, refuse to tell us anything about the man. It's disturbing. They have no fucking, I want to curse them out and just I want to call them all kind of dummies and bees. But they're my aunts, so I gotta chill. I gotta relax. They ain't gonna be around too much longer anyway. So it's all right.
No,
you know,
that is true. We both, but I mean, to me, it's just they ain't shit. But no, what I do learn is, you know, our grandfather, that was his last name, and
your last name is his last name.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's not a push. Like if we were to talk to your daughters, you have 2 daughters, and we were to talk to your daughters about your last name. Me, I have 3 children. I have a 24-year-old who wants nothing to do with me, who does not have my last name, has her mother's last name, and then I have my children now that have my government last name. Okay, and I keep telling my kids, yo, I'm gonna change your name to Rosenberg so that we can all. And my kids are like, no, why would you want to do that? I'm like, what the hell did my government name ever do for you? Nothing. It did nothing for these children. I was never taught nothing about my government name. So I'm a little jealous of Andrew when he talks about how his father was so present and made it such an important highlight. The name Tate and what it represented and the core of it and principles and all that stuff, man. I'm a little jay over that. I have to be honest. I'm a little jealous that I'm still the one-off who's created him. I created myself out of thin air.
Envious.
Not Jay. I can't be Jay. Cause tell us why. Why can't I be jealous?
Because envious is be mad that somebody has something that you don't have. Jealous is somebody having something that's rightfully yours.
All right, so then I'm envious.
Like you'd be jealous someone's with your wife. That's your wife. That's your wife.
Right. All right, Adam 22. Relax.
Well, I mean,
that's another story that we wasn't going to talk about. Adam 22. Adam 22.
Well, I want to say this. Having the last name, I mean, to me, from the history that I did with the last name, I love it. And you know, even my oldest daughter was thinking about changing it. I remember she said, you know, to her stepfather at the time, and she said, I love that last name so much. And you know, then she honestly asked me, what was that last name? Where did it come from? You know, what does it mean? And she realized it opens doors for her. People don't look at her the same. And you know, and I think that was my mother's biggest thing with me naming me, was she wanted me to get into the door before they rejected me from the beginning. You know, she wanted me to be
that. That is interesting that you say that. Continue, I'm sorry.
So she wanted, you know, as a lot of people do it for safety net. They give kids these names because they know if they're going to name you something that's very ethnic, you may not even get that interview. And that's what my mother wanted. She was like, I want you to I want them to tell you no. Not stop you before you even get
not
here.
Just throw your shit in the garbage.
Right. And it does work, but it even outside of this country, the name, to me, it's distinctive. It means so much because I know where it comes from. You know, I know the heritage behind that last name.
I want to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
Only because you and I have had this debate, like our first show.
Mm-hmm.
And the debate is that when my mother was born, right? Everybody in my family is Daniel's complexion, right? When my mother was born, she was the first light-skinned baby. First light-skinned baby that they put white on my mother's birth certificate. Okay? Not only did they put white on my birth certificate, if you read the names of the same man that he's talking about, it's different from his name. So it's like we dealing with a group of people. Like there's a lot of damage going on in this country when it comes to heritage and legacy and knowing who you are. Daniel B feels so strong about a name that was just like me. I invented this name. He invented that name because his original name was different.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
okay, so this is the debate we have.
Yeah, it's on my it's on my mother's birth certificate who her father and mother is. Okay?
Because she had a
And
different father.
No, that's not what it was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because she was light skinned. No, but everybody looked the same. though.
But everybody, yeah,
In the
everybody
face,
different colors.
everybody in the face was like, whoa,
yeah.
y'all sisters.
Yeah,
It
but
was like
no,
that.
but it was my mother explaining to me where the name came from, and also our aunt Miriam.
Right.
She actually met his brother, and my mother was very upset about that. And his brother
being family.
Well, it was because she felt like he was never whatever her reasons for it.
Yeah,
but
just imagine that.
But his last name was also Soriano. So
Right.
unless they both together concocted, we're gonna come up with this name, which
Yeah.
I'm sure you believe.
It's possible.
It is possible
because when they came up, these were little stocky black men who learned how to speak Italian because they didn't even want to be represented by anything Hispanic. They were like, nah, we Italian.
No, he had a Spanish restaurant. I mean, come on.
No, I know. We had a Spanish. I'm talking about in the work field. I'm talking about when he's working, when he's around, when he was getting that money to get the restaurant, all that kind of stuff. He had to play some other role. This man here that I'm envious of don't have to play that role.
Well, let me put
he
it this
understands it and knows the role.
As a kid, he
bothers me.
Let me tell you, my father was not there, but my grandfather was there for me as a kid. Like everything.
Oh my goodness, Daniel
No.
B, what are you talking about? The man died when we was like 5 years old.
No, when we were 6 years old. But remember, I lived in the house with him. He used
Yeah.
to take me gambling all the time at
Yeah,
OTB.
yeah.
He's the one who, when my mother wouldn't give me a costume, he came, brought me to
Is it-
daycare with a costume.
It's funny how they
So,
talk.
yeah.
This is how they talk in the music. You hung around music people, like music business and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's how,
yeah.
That's how they talk in hyperbole. You know what hyperbole is?
No, what's
It's a
hyperbole?
form of exaggeration. It's like
No, I remember him as
like say you went to the Bahamas like once or twice in your life, and then you say something like, "I used to go to the Bahamas all the time growing up." Something like that.
Right.
That's
But, no, but this one, no,
He
this
all
died
the
when
time.
we were young.
No, he died, but it was such an effect on me because remember I flew
That's
to Puerto
possible,
Rico.
that's possible.
Yeah, you understand? Like what I seen was different, and that's what even my mother and even my aunts used to say. Let's keep it real. I was his favorite.
If it's possible,
if we want to talk, wait, hold on a
if
second.
it's possible, Andrew Tate is
But hold on a
possibly
second.
a
Wait, hold on a
a
second.
shill or an
Let's-
agent.
wait,
It's possible.
Let's talk about this.
Anything's
To tell you,
possible.
My grandfather left me his hat, right?
Right.
A beautiful cap that he
Why
always
is your
wore.
shoulder show?
And I lent it to my cousin.
Yeah.
I'm not saying any names or pointing any fingers.
Oh.
And they just lost that hat.
What year was this?
You don't remember when he lost the hat?
Which hat? What
The
kind of hat?
cap. He had a cap. You remember his cap he used to always wear? It's in all his pictures.
And I lost that
Yeah,
cap?
you lost it.
How old was I?
Probably like 8, 9.
I have no memory of this, sir.
See? Yeah, I know.
The human brain, listen to me. I'm raising, let me tell you, respectfully. You didn't raise your kids.
He's gaslighting you.
Okay?
He knows you never heard
Respectfully,
that.
he
loves
didn't
that
raise
hat.
his kids. I have my kids every damn day. Okay? I got a 12-year-old
cold,
and a 10-year-old. No, it's true. It's true. The first one I didn't raise. The first one, because, it's hard to raise a kid when the mama was, very popular the way she was.
Yeah.
It's like you got to be realistic here. So now, the human brain, the child's brain doesn't even work like that. They don't remember any. So all the stuff that Daniel says he remembers, he was 5, 6, the human brain doesn't work like that.
No,
man.
that's not true.
Don't even
That's
work
not
like
true.
that. No, it
That's not
doesn't
true.
work like
It
that.
does.
You
It
telling
does.
me I lost a hat at 8 years old and you remember this like it was yesterday? Come on.
Because it had that much of an impact on me. Kids
Hyperbole,
remember stuff.
hyperbole.
No, it's not hyperbole.
You don't remember stuff
Even-
until you're 12,
No,
13,
that's
14.
not true.
No,
That
you
is
can
not
remember,
true.
no, I have memories from when I was like 6 and 8, like that, but like that. But
You know what? You know what triggers memory? What
wait.
triggers the memory?
Yeah. What triggers? I mean, trauma possibly. But wait,
Adrenaline.
Oh wait. All right,
Adrenaline is why you remember things.
Well, we can figure something out. All right. Do you remember exactly how you know that Elvis lost the hat?
Yeah,
Because probably someone told me.
No, because I remember looking at the hat and stuff like that, and I'm like, I remember when he gave me that hat.
Wait. Your memory is a memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying, you don't understand what I'm saying.
No,
a memory is a memory. Yes.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you what happened with the circumstance of when Elvis lost the hat, and then you went to that memory and recalled the memory within that memory.
Yeah, exactly. So
you don't understand that.
But then I remember.
Just give me the circumstances of how Elvis lost the hat.
Hold on a second. But I remember as a teenager, like, damn, I don't have anything from him. Hold on, yo, seriously. I don't have anything from him, and I remember sitting there and asking my mother, like, I remember having the hat, and she said,
blamed it on me.
Yes, but then
She
also,
blamed it on me.
wait,
Thank you, TT.
Wait, hold on a second, but it was also co-signed by your mother at the time.
Two miserable women. Two horrible humans.
But they probably had great memory. Which one?
Let me say this to you. These are dramatic situations. I get it, but thank you for talking yourself out of the reality of that. Children don't remember. You have to be told these things. And now children have these new memories because there's so much pictures and videos now. And I have to talk to my children and be honest with me. Do you remember this day? They're like, no, I just saw the picture and mom told me what happened. Your brain doesn't work like that. So let me just say this. This grandfather of ours that Danny was so close to, right, was also an entrepreneur. Okay? Like me, he was a family man with kids and a wife. Like me, he had a restaurant. You know, like me, he opened up businesses. I'm like close, you know, I wasn't around the guy a lot, but you know, if he was around and he took a little bit of a resume, he'd be like, wow, this one, and look, and I'm rocking the hat, so
I would have been rocking the hat.
He'd be like, that one is
I would have been rocking the hat.
Yeah. If your mom and my mother didn't conspire to be the evil women that they were. Anyway, we digress. Sorry.
See, well, why are we not talking about Adam 22?
We're not talking about Adam 22.
Why are we not talking about his wife?
We're not talking about none of this. It's a sickness.
Come on, wait.
It's
What
a
sickness?
Sickness.
He's not an agent.
The world.
They're not agents. Could they be agents?
Wait, to influence people to have people bang their wives?
I don't know.
To get more men to
I don't know what the agents are to begin with.
Yeah, but what
Can I just say this? You know, he married that woman 11 days before this. Before she had sex with this BBC guy, Jason Love or something. Jason Love. Jason Love.
Was he there in the room with them?
No. So he says. He claims he wasn't. But let me tell you, this culture that we're in is sick. They're promoting this. This is the stuff that's supposed to happen. If I'm gonna want to let somebody smash my wife, I bet you nobody gonna know about it.
Goofy. Yeah,
that ain't nobody's business.
Well, isn't she a porn star?
Huh?
Isn't she a porn star?
She's a chick with an iPhone. Who does pornography. She's not a porn star. Is she even rated? Is she even ranked? Is she even ranked?
Check it.
I don't even know. I know she's a basic looking chick with a big forehead and a weird ass fucking nose.
Yeah, she
ain't cute.
She's not a big winner, but you know.
She ain't cute. She's not cute at all. I'm like, Adam 21, man. I mean, I just
21 or
like
22.
22, right? Yeah, here you go. Adam 20 something.
Goofy.
What is he though? I don't know who he is. I just
Adam 22 is a guy who was riding BMX bikes all over New York City and videotaping it. Then he started bumping into artists, delisted artists, and he would talk to them and interview them. And then slowly he built his place. He went out to California. He rented a space. And anytime a D-list artist would come into town, they get interviewed by him. And then he had some drama with some fan who's AKA really just a fanatic. The fanatic comes over and pulls out a gun and was gonna simulate like he was gonna shoot Adam. And they got it on video and everything. And Adam, I'm just gonna call him Adam. I don't know the number part of it just sounds weird. And Adam's bodyguard was there, and Adam's bodyguard pulled out the gun, and the guy had the gun right to Adam's head. And there was like no bullets, or it was like a toy gun, but Adam's security froze. and didn't do nothing. And he was paying him like $300 a night or something
Oh,
crazy.
was that like a test? Or that
It wasn't a test. It was just some fanatic who just pulled out a gun randomly on Adam because he was easily accessible, and that just catapulted him to like stardom. Everyone wanted to know who Adam was and what his show was about. So he let the BMX bikes go, and he got all the tattoos on his neck, and then he started smashing this chick that was doing. This is before OnlyFans really was popping. And he started like him and her were having sex with other women on camera, and it's not even an attractive. Like watching him and his wife together is so unattractive.
So you dabbled.
No, I've seen it years ago. I wanted to see like this dude's doing porn, what? So I wanted to see what it was about, and I saw a few scenes, and it was trash. It's an iPhone on a thing. Then she's just so butt ass ugly. I gotta keep it real. She's so unattractive. And I'm big on dark haired girls. I like dark eyebrows, dark hair, and she is nothing attractive about her. Not to me. So I don't get it. You a basic ugly chick, and she's now sleeping with men 11 days after you marry her. We are not talking no more about this guy either. Low hanging fruit trash. Anyway, do you have an opinion on it? Smashing this man?
That's just not even my thing.
But even if it was your thing, this should be private. If I'm smashing a chick, but of
the
course
fact that we're talking about it just shows.
But they doing it from they act like they doing it for the money, and they not doing it for the money. I don't need the money. Adam makes $1 million a month. Adam makes $1 million a month on YouTube. Her OnlyFans is making hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're making a lot of money.
But they need that fame. Maybe
clout is a dangerous job. Clout is a dangerous job.
Are we talking about the influencer who went to Dubai and yelled at a man and got arrested?
That we can talk about.
What?
Her name was Sassy Trucker. That's still her name. Sassy Trucker with green hair. Sassy Trucker. We can talk about Sassy Trucker. What do you know about Sassy Trucker? Oh, Rick, you're 30 years old. Come on.
Who's Sassy
Stand up.
Trucker?
Young man? See, you shouldn't have been working out just now. Stretching and all that.
It was on my...
Now you need to sit down.
No, I need to stretch because my hamstrings. You see,
Sassy Trucker. What do you know about Sassy Trucker, Daniel B?
I have no clue who she is.
Sassy Trucker is a chick on YouTube. And this Sassy Trucker got picked. She got plucked by this guy who liked her on the internet and was like, yo, I like that girl's style. I want her to start moving cars for me. So she's now moving exotic cars. So she's a truck driver, female, black, BBL. I think she has a big butt. She has fake booty. And she's into being real sassy.
Okay.
She drives $1 million trucks across the country, across the United States of America. She drives all over the place. And she promotes her YouTube channel while doing it. This is all great. She's in Dubai with one of her homegirls. They get into a fender bender, and they're talking with the police. The police make the fender bender into some sort of crime scene. Tell her that if you need anything out of this car, you're going to have to go to the precinct, or you're going to have to go to wherever the rental car company is. Mind you, she's just a passenger. She leaves, goes to the rental car company, and she's like, yo, I need to get my passport and my pocketbook and whatever that I left in the car that I was a passenger in. I wasn't even the driver of this accident. And they're like, yeah, but we don't give anybody their property until these bills are paid. Because you're not going to come into my country, rent a car, damage my shit, didn't even get the insurance, and think that you're not going to pay for the damage. So she was like, what? I'm Sassy Trucker. You know who you're talking to? So she had got that neck roll and them lips poked out, and she was, I don't give a F. She starts barking on the dude. The dude calls the police come in, arrest her. She's been in jail over 30 days because in Dubai, you are not allowed to raise your voice at a man who owns a business.
Okay,
so she's still in jail.
No, I thought she was out.
No. If she got out yesterday, then.
No.
If she didn't get out yesterday,
okay,
she's in jail.
So this woman's in trouble for screaming at a man.
Screaming at a man.
In Dubai, and that's
Dubai.
It's
illegal.
sort of social outrage.
Yeah, it's against the law. It's made national news.
Oh, I'd never even heard of this story.
Yeah, but you don't mess with news.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
I
off
read
the source.
news, but not
You
the,
read it, you
yeah,
read
not
it,
the,
but
yeah.
Not the Fox and the CNN
yeah,
stuff.
no, yeah.
Well, it's on
I read
CNN.
actual information.
Oh, always so cocky with your news. So, yeah, most people they'll put you in a bubble and say that you read nothing but Fox News.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't read Fox News at all. In fact, Fox News is kind of waste. It's just the same kind of it's even more salacious. They just try to trick the last few Republicans that are still on it, by saying they're just doing anti-democrat, but weak anti-democrat stuff. Like they closed the Biden case. They found the cocaine story. They closed the cocaine case. Just like salacious stuff that are anti-democrat, but they don't have any actual information.
Yeah. They want to rile up some of the right. That they just want to make the right hate the left. And that's all they got.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
all they got. Hate the left some more. Look, we're going to show you why you should hate the left.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
So, just so we can know, she said she was charged with screaming in public.
Screaming in public, okay.
Is that against the law?
Yeah, that's against the law.
To a man, yeah.
That needs to stop. Why go into countries? That's kind of rude for them to go into countries and disrespect the culture. But how is that not disrespecting the culture by going into countries that act like?
But they said the young man was actually screaming at her.
Yeah, he was screaming at her.
Yeah, but if it's
She's
culture,
not supposed. She's
back.
not allowed to scream back at him.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it was national news. I'm assuming I don't want to jump the gun, but it's national news because I got to say it's national news only because this is ridiculous. It's national news because she was a woman who got in trouble, who got punitive, consequences for just raising a voice for men, something so benign and simple. But
Benign and simple in America, the Western world.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's the exact point. That's what the exact point I'm getting at is that somewhere it's simple here, and we apply our principles, even though we ignore everybody else's principles, but we're applying our principles there in order to say that's wrong. So in order to put forth our agenda, the agenda about how women are just oppressed. We're ignoring another culture's norms to say our norms are better. When we're usually they're critical of U.S. doing that, imposing their norms on other places. But somehow this is an issue. I don't understand how this works.
What
It
say
doesn't
you,
make any
Daniel
sense
B?
to
What do
me.
you think about this black woman who's got a YouTube channel, who's doing well for herself, got a nice following? She's doing well as far as in her professional, on her internet world and her professional world. She seems to be doing really great.
I mean, I feel
What
like...
say you about what's going on with this woman?
I mean, I just feel like she didn't understand the customs over there, and that women may not have the same liberties as over here. And she, a lot of people go to Dubai. It's cute, it's nice, it's sexy, it's rich, and party, but don't understand that it's a very Islamic state. It is not even it is an Islamic state.
Right.
And the customs are different. It's like, even Bali now, they imposed the whole thing where unless you're married,
Wait,
you can't.
Dubai isn't Buddhist. India
No,
is Buddhist.
Dubai?
Or it is not.
No, it's Islamic
Dubai in
state.
India?
No, Dubai.
No, Dubai is the
Oh,
Arab
Dubai.
Emirates.
What am I told? The United Arab Emirates. Sorry,
Yeah,
I conflated.
yeah.
Okay, excuse me. Go ahead.
And like even Bali now, it's like if you're unmarried, you can't be in the room with the woman spending the night. You can't rent the room.
Same
Even
customs.
it was even like Thailand now. So many people have, desecrated the temples and everything else. Tourists come there and just really don't respect the customs. Actually, there's a kid arrested for writing "I love you" to his girlfriend on the Colosseum in Italy. Like,
Why didn't you just text her?
he wanted to leave something, and they're sitting there saying, "You just destroyed."
I'm pretty sure you can get sued for calling a man a woman a man, even though that's a thing.
Where you going right now?
Yeah.
Huh?
Where you going?
I'm saying I'm pretty sure there can be those same consequences for even in America, another disproportionate consequences to what you actually did. In other words, like you can get expelled from school for misgendering
Great
somebody.
point.
That's what I was trying to
So
say.
we can't be
So
so
that's
hard
it.
on
It
these
doesn't matter.
countries
It
if
doesn't
you
matter.
can't. In New York, you get sued $250,000
Yeah, that's
by
what I was.
misgendering.
That's what I was talking. Yeah, that's what I was talking.
Because you, from now on, I only respond to she and her. And if y'all mess with me, I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah, so I mean, I've even so the fact that so that's what I'm saying when
You know
when
what?
you said it was a national story, that's what I'm saying. For what purpose? I don't even know what.
For
What are they
distraction.
articulating? Like,
For
what are they?
distraction.
No,
Like,
but it
it's
is,
so
it's
wrong.
just the fact that a lot of people, and we have to be honest, Americans are well, I'm not gonna say Americans, I guess different, national countries, but we have to realize when we travel, not everyone has the same customs. Not everything means the same, and you have to kind of acknowledge that. I think we don't. We go on vacation like, oh, we're gonna let loose, and it's not realizing the places that we go, certain rules are in place.
So what do you say to her though?
I say she really should have. I understand because she grew up like this, but she has to also understand the consequences of doing, or because a woman like I'm gonna voice myself. I had nothing to do with. She could have even been in the right, but in that country, it doesn't even matter.
Don't even matter. Yo, I say anybody with the name Sassy might want to stay away from Dubai. Like, that's the first thing they should have told her. They were like, "Hello, Miss Sassy. How are you today? Just want to let you know we don't play that over here." They should have told.
But
anybody named Sassy should not be traveling to Dubai.
But even urinating in the street, like how you find a corner, you got to go real bad.
Right.
They
I do
don't
like
allow.
that.
You can get arrested for that. They can pull your passport.
Yeah, I'm sure. I
They
mean, that's just
very strict.
cultural norms,
They want to
country
keep
norms.
their place the way, and they're very big about enforcing these things.
Right.
And a lot of people don't. A lot of celebrities go out there like, "Oh, I can do this," and they're just like, "Ooh, whoa, no."
Have you been to Dubai?
No, I have not, and I have no. To be honest, I have no interest in going.
Okay.
But I do want to go to Saudi Arabia. I do want to go to Morocco.
Hey, why don't you have any interest going to Dubai compared to Saudi Arabia?
I'm not. I mean, it's just.
'Cause
I mean, the why I
is
know
it
it's beautiful.
principle-wise?
No, it's just it's just I just have no interest. Certain things I just don't have. any
Gotcha.
interest in.
Yeah.
But you in Tulum every 6 weeks.
No, but I could have definitely been there this weekend with a friend of
Male friend or female
mine,
friend?
female friend.
In Tulum?
Mm-hmm. Actually, in Tulum, staying at the what is it? Was it Tulum or Cabo? I forgot which one. But she's staying at the Noble Hotel, the new Noble Resort.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, Noble. Anyway, what else we got here that we're not talking about?
I don't know, man.
You should check out the Andrew Tate video. It's really good. He speaks so well. And what do you think about him sitting down and he's always going like this? He sits like this.
He mentioned it. He says that's why he feels. I think he mentioned talking on the last video with the nation people that it makes him feel more comfortable. I think his dad used to do that.
He said his father used to do this all the
Yeah.
time, so he adopted it from his dad. So he's taking it on.
I thought it was an Illuminati symbol.
Exactly.
Rockefeller.
Exactly. That's a Rockefeller symbol right there?
Yeah.
Rockefeller.
Nonsense.
Okay.
And we all know Jay-Z is part of the Illuminati. I mean, he got the Brooklyn Library right now.
Yo, my kids went to the Brooklyn Library today where they have the whole entire front.
With his
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with his with his verses.
With his verses on
His
it.
lyrics rather, the lyrics,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go in. They went. I was working, so they were like, "Dad, can we go to the Jay-Z museum?" And that.
No, I'm definitely gonna go down and check it out.
It's not a museum. It's actually just
It's a library, but they have a lot of his stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I think that's amazing that this man has come from where he's come from, and
The 10th grade dropout, the drug dealer
The drug
who sold
dealer.
crack to his own family.
one who shot his own brother.
So many digressions.
But it just
What a
shows,
great
when
man.
you
Sell
clean
that,
the image.
sell that crack to your community. Shoot your brother. Didn't he hit somebody with a bottle?
No, that wasn't him.
He didn't hit somebody with a bottle?
It's not. I wasn't. You talking about stab Lance Underwear or not?
So what about the fact that he's selling wine that's table grapes? What a great man. He sells us that table grape wine,
Oh, yeah, she sold that company.
which is what company again?
I think you're talking about the
Ace of Spades. He sold that company?
He sold it to Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy Group.
Okay. So now they get to sell the table grapes in a fancy bottle.
Everybody says it's really good. I mean, I've had it.
Well, if you like table grapes, it's amazing.
No, but they what he makes is what they've been making even before he even got it.
Of course. Daniel B., if you and I wanted to get into the champagne business or sparkling wine business, there's hundreds of companies just sitting there waiting for the next rapper to say, yes.
Well, I mean, not champagne, but I get what you mean.
Champagne too. Champagne is available if you got the bread. I digress from that. We had a good show today. A little sloppy.
Yeah.
We all over the place like bird doodle. I got that from Star, the Star Report, my mentor. You know, I'm Elvis Rosenberg over here. Come on. I got the scarf on just for you people. Right? That's what Daniel was saying.
I'm Daniel B.
I'm Omar.
And I'm an agent of God.
Right.
Oh, that was good. That was perfect.
Can we talk about that a second? You know, I've talked
we have
about
a topic
this.
about it. Yeah, sure.
About what?
I've talked about this before. What you just said, I'm an agent. And it's like, would you say no if you were approached to be an agent? I argue that because one time someone called me a shill. I was referred to as a shill on my platform, and I'll leave the description. I'll leave that show in the description. It's a pretty good show. I'm by myself, just talking off the cuff about this commenter who said that I was a shill, that I was an agent. And Daniel said he's an agent. And my argument is that, would you be able to say no if they ask you to be an agent?
I don't think you get the option. I think if they make you be an agent, you get coerced in some way. They have some leverage up against you, so they kind of force you to do their bidding. I don't think it's I don't think
you don't think there's a choice?
Yeah, I think they put you in a position where you can either maybe have a big financial issue or maybe punitive consequences. So I don't even think it's ever a situation.
If given a choice of yes or no, would you choose no?
No.
You wouldn't be an agent.
Why do I want to work for like?
You wouldn't want to be a patriot and help your country.
No.
You wouldn't want to be a patriot and help your country solve its many problems.
No, because as an agent, you're just used when you're a pawn. It has nothing to listen. You potentially could have an impact on some things. Like if the world was,
we give you $10,000 a month, and every 5 to 10 years you get to kill somebody.
I don't want to.
Come on.
Come
on. How can you resist? How could you resist this? Daniel B, you get to kill somebody every 5, 10 years. Come on. We need you. Promote this. Promote sex with other men and your wife 7 to 11 days after you were married. If you don't think that man is
I'm not built like that.
You're not built to be an agent?
I mean, that's maturity to say.
Yeah.
What if you could go to Tulum every 4 weeks?
Doesn't matter. It's not. That's not important to me. Honestly, like I am at a point in my life where I just feel like I watched a show called Hijacked. It's on Apple TV with Idris Elba, and he's in a situation like somebody put a gun to his head, and he didn't know. I'm giving this away.
Give it away. We give it away.
He didn't know whether it was blanks or real bullet. Okay. And he said, "Shoot me." Then he heard the shot from someone else, and he kind of changed. And like attacking these guys on this plane. I always felt like I would just, how to put it to you, I just feel like I'm good in life, and with my God, with God, period, that I wouldn't mind sacrificing myself or losing my life for something I believe in, or doing something like.
They're talking about being a martyr.
Not even a martyr, because that's not the purpose. It's just more of, I'm going to follow my principles to the end, and I don't mind losing my life if that's my principle.
But being an agent isn't a principles. Being an agent would be you're working for somebody
based on and your
based on an agenda.
Yeah, and you may have to compromise your principles in order to fulfill that mission.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that'd be contradictory to your principles, so it'd have nothing to do with your principles. It'd be working for the overall bigger cause.
No, that's their cause, not my cause.
Yeah, that's what. But that's the point. Being an agent. That's what talk about being. That's what being an agent.
No, but that's what I'm saying. My principles would never allow me to work for someone like that.
You know what I call? I'm calling cap. I'm saying that if you were approached, you guys would sign up. Very few don't sign up.
Now, who knows what kind of leverage somebody can have on me, and if they threaten to put me in solitary confinement or threaten to kill me, and you know, I mean, I'd probably who knows when you're actually put in that situation. But I'd like to think, especially at this point when I don't have the gun in front of me, I'd say no, actually just kill me. I don't want to be a slave. I'd rather be a slave. I'd rather be dead than a slave.
Well, just something to think about. I'm Big Officer Chef Rosenberg.
I'm Daniel B.
More.
And I love you.